Hey, yo, Yeezy, man, stop playing with these people, man. They want to see you act all crazy in this motherfucker, man. Take that jacket off and go crazy on them, man. You know what I'm talking about?
What do it mean to be the boss? It means second place is the first one who lost. The crucifixion, the being nailed to the cross. Truth or fiction, it's a hell of a cost. Do the dishes. I'm about to hit that Jeff Gordon. Michael Jordan, the only one more important. But I be feeling like Jordan when I'm recording. Cause every time I record, I duck and slap the boards. I got the whole crowd going crazy. Homie, I should be rewarded. Number one sound across the board. Hey, hey. Number one now and forevermore. Hey, hey. Number one rule is niggas gon' hate. Maybe I dropped the album, nah, y'all gotta wait. I gotta give her the eviction note. Get your ass out, bitch, vomit nose. 5 seconds to the song and we getting close. I got the power, motherfucker, if you didn't know.
Chill, man, chill, yeah, chill. Shit's burnt up already. Sober.
So we're in?
We are in. We're in. So
Swag.
I have a question real quick before, while we start.
For who?
The general audience. So like when you guys get done peeing, like does it take a couple shakes for you, or like because like for me what happens is like after I get done peeing at a urinal for say, I give it a couple shakes,
right,
but then it gets to the point where like it's still leaking,
squeeze and push.
But I don't want to look like I'm choking the chicken per se.
If you shake it more than 3 times, you're playing with it.
I gotta shake it like 20.
It's a dumb rule.
How do you feel about it?
You're not going to like my answer.
Just tell me.
Chronically, for the past like 7, 8 years, I've sat down to pee every single time.
I do that too. Nope.
No, without fail, though.
Okay, but here's the thing. Were you raised to do that? Because I was.
I was not. It was a decision I made on my own.
It's more comfortable.
It is so much more comfortable.
Okay, well, like, why is, like, that a societal taboo? Like, why do people, like, the first time I saw something like that, it was, like, about one of the presidential candidates in 2016, Ted Cruz. And somebody on Twitter was like, yeah, Ted Cruz looks like he pees sitting down. And I'm like, what was wrong with being sitting down? You look like you have something to say.
I don't really have anything to say.
No, go ahead, say it.
I find it, like, odd.
Why is it odd?
You're just not, I don't know, like, you're not supposed to do that. Like, I don't have really a reason. I guess it's not, it's like a societal norm, sure, but I don't know.
I would say, people would say it's feminine because women do that 100% of the time.
I guess that's kind of what I'm getting at.
I'll let people call me feminine all day because I'm the one who's comfortable sitting down.
Can we turn our phones off, please?
I do apologize.
Bro, we're in a new studio, technically.
I'm sorry, that was rude. My bad.
Okay.
But to go back to your thing, Spencer, like, I don't know. I kind of agree with what you're saying. Like, that's why people in society, like, look down upon guys that pee sitting down.
Yeah.
But I love it.
It's nice.
So nice. Like,
I've honestly never done it.
You should.
Never.
Really?
Try.
Never.
I've never sat down to pee.
You've never sat down to pee.
It can get dangerous.
It's
sometimes.
not even like me lying.
Because there's some bathroom endeavors where it's like, all right, this is gonna take 10 seconds. An hour later, my legs are numb and I got those red marks on my thighs.
Dude, it might be like 3 a.m. and somebody leaves the toilet seat up, and you don't know it's dark, so you're tired as hell.
And you almost fall in.
And you do fall in, yeah, yeah. Have you guys ever been on like the toilet and like you're pooping or whatever? Maybe you're just sitting there on Twitter and like you're on like your elbows are on your thighs and your legs just go numb.
Yeah.
I've had that happen on campus before. It's hard to walk.
Your butt cheeks go numb.
Yeah. Yeah. Yours just go numb for that? Nothing else that you do?
I'm the only one who doesn't pee sitting down. How am I getting the flack right now? How am I getting the flack right now?
I don't whatever.
Oh my God.
Blue check marks. What do you feel? Because you're somebody who has you definitely have like the biggest social media status amongst all of us, like combined even. Like what how do you feel about that?
So first of all, for the people that don't know, well, go back a little bit. They introduced on Twitter, Elon Musk introduced a way to pay for verification, and verification was a huge deal. Everybody wanted it. It gave social status. You were way cooler if you had it. And so to me, I feel like everyone of those rich guys like him, Zuckerberg, they just sit at a round table with all the other people and they're like, how can we make more money off of stupid people?
Yeah.
And Elon was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to introduce this. And everyone probably laughed. Do you know how many people bought that blue tick?
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Because there's a lot of stupid
So
people.
many so that Mark Zuckerberg's like, I'm going to come out with Meta Verified. And Meta Verified is new for Instagram. It's the little blue check mark that you can buy now for $15.99 a month.
Wasn't there one that you could get for like $11.99?
It depends on how you pay. If you do it through, there's two different payment methods. And one's $15.99, one's $11.99. But I think you have to go through some curves to get to the $11.99. But
I see.
if you do it straight through the app, it is $15.99.
It's highway robbery, in my opinion.
It is. But I don't think it's a dumb idea. I don't. Because if people are not smart enough to say this is a stupid financial decision and they end up buying it, that's on them. And you're just throwing more money into the pockets of rich people just to say, look at me. That's all it is.
Yeah.
There's no other benefits to having the blue tick other than saying, like, look at me.
Yeah, I agree.
I have my views on it are, I think it can be a good investment. I personally am not going to do it. I have like 1,300 followers, something like that. Not a lot.
Yeah, but yeah.
So it doesn't, like, if I see you with less than 10,000 followers, you're corny. However,
Well,
if you were above 10K,
You're
and
talking. Go ahead. Well, you're talking about like if you were to get the blue check.
yes,
mark.
if you were to buy the blue check. No, not in general. That's rude as hell. If you're buying the blue check mark with less than 10,000 followers, you're corny. However, if you have 10K or above, I could see it as an investment because say you have 12,000 followers, you're a pretty big account. If you buy that check mark and then someone goes on their page and they see you have 12K, they're probably going to be more inclined to follow you. Yeah. They're like, oh, this dude's legit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, like, kind of almost like identity fraud, if you think about it. Like, you're a fake you're a fake verified person, but, like, if they buy that you're verified, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could rip off another 8K, boom, you're at 20.
Yeah,
now you're
right.
getting endorsements. Now you're making money.
But
if you're making money, you're winning.
But the thing with that is too, like, what if somebody does create a fake account about you? It doesn't have to be like bots, like they're saying that they're gonna prevent, but like a stalker, whatever. They buy followers and then they buy the blue check mark. You know what I mean? I feel like it go hand in hand.
Yeah, I mean, because I see both sides of the coin. I do.
I don't think there's justifying it, though, because you said if you go on that account with 12,000 and they got that blue tick, I feel like everyone's just going to look at it and be like, well, I know they bought that. That's not going to make people more inclined. Before, yes, because you're like, that's impressive. It used to be like you had to have articles written about you.
Is there a way that you can like find out on Instagram? Because I know
I don't
Twitter.
think so. Twitter you can. Instagram, I don't think so.
I've been trying because I know we both know a couple people that like have bought the blue check mark, and I try to find like proof, and there's no proof.
Yeah, so like we're not gonna name names, but like the first person we talked about, we were like, oh, he got verified. That's crazy. Like you didn't know until they said something to you, right? So I think if they're not telling you on Instagram, and you have that big following, it's gonna fool most people. It might not fool everybody, but it's gonna fool enough that you're gonna gain more than lose.
Fooled me. I have a friend who I had on the podcast.
We're probably
A handful of times, but he got it, and I congratulated him. I was like, bro, like let's fucking go. Like I'm happy for you,
same
bro.
story with us.
And I mean, it doesn't cheapen his status at all. I'm not throwing shade at all. I get it, but it just fooled me a little bit. That's all.
It looks good.
Looks really good.
I think in the long term, it's gonna end up losing its luster. Like people should be like blue checks really aren't gonna mean as much in like a year maybe or
I
something.
feel like it already has.
A little bit
on Twitter,
a little bit.
Twitter especially.
Twitter,
Yeah, Twitter, I'd agree because that's months down the line. Instagram is still fresh. I think you're gonna have like this 3-month-ish grace period where it's still gonna mean something.
Yeah, but
Makes sense.
it's
a short-term investment.
Yeah, I just feel like it completely takes the value out of a blue check.
I agree. I agree. Short-term or in the long term, I should say.
Right. So let's say I'm not Elon Musk on Twitter, but let's say I'm a famous athlete, right? Do I still have to do they give out verification still, or do you still have to pay for it?
I think on Twitter, LeBron was talking about this. He sent out a tweet, and it was like, bro, you know I'm too cheap to pay $5 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I FaceTimed him about it. He said he was kidding.
Yeah.
So.
No, but I think to his credit, like I think they do have to pay. I don't think it matters.
Isn't there like a gold check too on Twitter though? Have I seen that?
That's for businesses, I think.
Businesses.
Yeah,
Which I think that's cool, personally.
Sure.
Yeah. What do you think, like, obviously we all know about like how social media has had like a negative impact on like everybody, like all the negatives. What do you think in like 10 years the impact will be in terms of like, you know, because like the mental health crisis in this country, like social media's contributed a lot. What do you think it's going to be like?
I personally don't believe social media is as negative as everyone makes it out to be. I think
Explain.
with the way like social media collects data and stuff, your social media is what you make it.
It's true.
Think of TikTok. Whatever you watch the most is what's going to keep showing up on your page. So yeah, if you're looking at all these things that make you feel like shit, you're doing it to yourself.
Yeah.
If you're using, because social media can be a very valuable tool, it can be a very valuable resource. That's like the number one way to market these days. You know what I'm saying? But if you're using it as a consumer more so than, and we're all guilty of it. I'm not sitting here telling you preaching or anything. I do the same thing.
I've been on record saying like TikTok algorithm is just ass.
Mine's just South Park clips. But anyways, like if you use it more as a consumer than a producer, then yeah, it's probably going to have a negative effect on you. But if you utilize social media the right way, I think it's a very positive thing. It is what you make it.
No, I agree. But like for us, you know, we grew up as it was like being implemented in society. You know, we didn't know about all the shit. Like, it's not really geared towards men, but like girls, a lot of them, like they'll see like a Photoshop picture, like Khloe Kardashian, that she knows is real. Khloe Kardashian knows it's not real, but like all the girls that see it, and maybe they have like confidence problems or whatever, and they see these unrealistic body images and like whatever, they resort to self-harm. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like that wasn't that's probably the worst aspect of social media in terms of like mental health from like a female perspective. I feel like do you guys really like get that? I don't know if
No, I don't really feel worse about myself if I see a big guy. I just say good for him.
The only thing that I would say would make me feel shitty about social media is just if I'm using it too much as a consumer.
Yeah, because your eyes physically hurt.
I just mean like I'm like, bro, I really just spent 4 hours on TikTok.
I tried to limit that.
Like it's kind of a shame feeling, but not in terms of like, oh, I don't like myself anymore because C-Bum just posted. No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't really get that.
I think it's like the dopamine overload, and you're just constantly getting stimulated. And you see like me personally, I've been on a phone since I was 13 years old, you know? And so and these kids I work at a restaurant, obviously, and I serve, and I'll see like iPad kids, obviously. Yeah, you all know me, right? Yeah, I'm a super famous server. Yeah. But no, I see like these iPad kids and they're 8, you know, and they're on the iPad. And they're just constantly being taught to if you're bored, like boredom is like not a thing anymore. You can't be bored, you know? And I think that's vital.
People could still be bored. I feel like it's just what you're used to, you know?
It is what you make it.
Yeah.
You can be bored if you don't overload yourself on social media.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't you think it's like the parents' fault though? Because they put like
1,000%.
I think it's the parents' fault. Yeah.
You do.
Say why?
They can't get the iPad if they don't
I
have
think
a parent
each
to get 'em.
individual is responsible for their own decisions.
Well,
So you expect an 8-year-old to be like, I don't want this iPad.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm going to ruin myself.
I'm saying like parents, like their kids like 3, 4, 5, and they won't shut up, so they just
And
put
they give
an
me
iPad
iPad.
in front. That's
Right.
what,
That's
what
bad
I'm-
parenting,
That's
in
what
my
I'm talking.
opinion.
I think that's bad parenting too.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
I wasn't really thinking in
If
that
you're
light.
16, yeah, you can make that decision.
That's
for
kind
sure.
of what I was
yeah.
thinking. Like even like 13, and honestly, in my opinion,
Right,
Probably even lower, honestly.
yeah,
those
but,
little kids.
If you're talking 4 years old, yeah, I wasn't really thinking that low.
Yeah,
That's fair.
it's okay. But no,
I'm
like
just such an idiot.
there's like this generation now that's growing up like with iPads, like 3 years old. I have cousins that are growing up playing with an iPad.
Right.
Like, what do you think like the implications of that are going to be on society?
That's a good question.
Because
I've wondered that at work.
Mhm.
There's kids that like will be with their parents and they'll have that like huge screen right in front of their face. And I ask myself that question. Like, I wonder how much different that child's life is going to be from mine just because of this aspect alone.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll have to wait and see because I couldn't really predict that. I imagine it's not something good.
Yeah.
but I don't know.
If I had,
It's just crazy because like we were all born in the early 2000s, right? Early 2000s. Yeah. So we pretty much had like the same childhood as 90s kids. Like all the same cartoons and shit were still on TV and stuff. We had a normal childhood. Phones they came around like 2011, 2012. It's like our base was still normal. It's just like our teenage years and shit is when the shit started to morph. But like generally speaking, childhood was normal. So we had like those developmental years saved in a way. I don't know what's gonna happen, bro.
if I had to make a guess, and I'm not the guy to make any prediction on this, but I feel like you're gonna have a lot of softer people.
I mean,
but a lot of smarter people.
Generations just increasingly grow soft as society.
I think they're gonna be one of the smartest generations, though.
I think we're one of the smartest. We're the smartest already, I would argue.
I think they're gonna be smarter than us.
Makes sense. I'm not doubting you.
They're so. I mean, you got TikTok kids at like 8 years old now. I couldn't imagine trying to chop up and edit stuff at 8 years old.
Instagram was still in the infancy phase. Remember Instagram, early Instagram?
That shit used to be ugly as
Dude,
sin,
it was terrible. It had the like
navy
the
blue
camera.
top.
Yeah, like the brown top of the camera, that old fashioned
Right.
camera, bro. I remember those OG days.
Shit was swag.
Those were good days though. Like 6th, 5th, 7th grade, like that area. You're like just figuring, oh, like my friend's on this person's on his this person's on
Bro,
Instagram.
the Snapchat best friends list.
Yeah,
Dude, if that was a thing now, like you could see
Dude,
these
it'd be so sweet.
yeah.
oh yeah, it'd be sweet, but
It'd be so drama filled.
yes,
bro.
yes.
Oh my god.
Dude, do you remember Snapchat in high school? Were you guys like did you have streaks in high school like
Yeah.
50?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, me too. What do you think was like the appeal behind that?
I think it was just an excuse to keep in contact with people.
Yeah, which
You
I
think?
think is kind of good.
I guess.
Like, I mean, it's stupid. Like, you want us to just see a number. I think that's stupid. But like,
I think
just
it
the
was-
idea of talking to someone.
I
every
think
day
it
is
was
kinda
a
cool.
lame way for men and women to speak to each other. Like, oh, let's do a let's do a streak, me and you. Like, we don't know each other, but it'd be so fun.
Yeah.
Bro, how many guys got friend zoned from trying to do that, do you think?
Oh,
Oh my god.
So many.
it's the
God.
lamest
many.
slide in ever.
So many.
Bro, if you do that now, you're a weirdo.
No,
Yeah, that's not-
I used to do that in high school all the time.
In high school though, yeah, like I feel like it was more normal back then.
What do you mean if you're a weird, like if you slide up on a story, are you weird?
No, if you're trying to start a streak at 21, 22 years old,
Right.
you're a
Oh,
weirdo.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm 20. So
You got some time, my friend.
yeah, I have
Yeah, you
time.
can still
I have a lot of
you
time.
can still do that. It's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it's still like accepted like in the younger cultures. I hate to sound like an old person by saying that because my
You do
brother
sound like an old guy.
my brother he's 16 and he has like 30 streaks. I'm like, dude, like that didn't get old.
He'll look back and cringe at himself.
Yeah, but it's weird, you know? Cuz
Yeah.
I wouldn't have I thought that like it would have been something else. Do you think Instagram, like Snapchat, Twitter's a little bit different because Twitter's like the newspaper in a way.
I
Kinda.
agree.
There's fake news, there's memes and shit, but for the most part, you get what's happening in the world. Snapchat, Instagram, a little bit different
Yeah.
because TikTok is obviously taking the place as the number one social media. But like, do you think that these social medias, these companies, besides Twitter, are gonna like stay around, or do you think there's gonna be new ones like TikTok that take their place and they just go revolve, and then maybe 10 years down the line, Instagram turns into what MySpace is now?
I mean, everything dies eventually.
I think next is Facebook. Facebook's gone.
That's what I was saying
Like,
6 years ago. Though.
Facebook's done once all the like, I
That's
hate
the
to
thing.
say it like this, but once all the 40 and 50 year olds die.
Yeah, because they don't got
Well,
Instagram or shit.
that's
They
what-
do. Some of
That's
them,
what Zuckerberg was trying to do with Meta, and turn Facebook into Meta, and then have it be like this whole virtual reality world. But it kind of like imploded because it's in the developmental stage still.
but- right.
That's another thing that scares me is
That scares the
VR.
piss out of me.
VR is scary as fuck.
So you can create like a whole nother life.
I agree. What was the reaction? You were just like, "What are your thoughts?" Say it.
I mean, like
Nobody got a gun to your head.
I know. I like maybe I'm just ignorant, but I don't get what's so scary about it.
All right. Have you ever seen the movie The Matrix?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a long time, but yeah.
But you remember the general idea of
yeah,
it?
Yeah. Blue pill, red pill.
Okay,
blah, blah, blah.
but like you're in like a fictional world that it's not real. That's what people argue will become VR. It'll be so good that it'll be like The Matrix. What's the other movie?
But if everybody just moves to that world, isn't it basically the same thing?
No, because it's not real life.
It's not real life.
But like,
Have you ever seen?
if everybody is in that,
No, it's not. Because you're not a human anymore if you're in that.
It's like that.
what can you be like worms and shit?
I mean, if you don't move
No.
for 24 hours a day, yeah, you'll fucking be fat.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Maybe
you,
it's like I said, I might have been ignorant.
you can work
to
out
it, I don't
virtually.
know.
You can't do that shit.
Well, it's so weird. Like people were having business meetings for real businesses in the metaverse, and like
It's kind of fire.
That's kind of cool.
It's kind of fire.
Like, it's like Zoom, but even more real life.
yeah, I guess it is kind of cool, but it's still a little bit threatening.
No, yeah.
You know what I
get
mean?
What you're saying.
Because like we still need to be out in the world.
Bro, it's
as
gonna be
human
like
beings.
Wall-E.
No, yeah.
Bro,
Take your
Wall-E,
VR
bro.
headset off. You're like, what?
Wow.
What did I miss?
Bro, that's so scary.
Like,
Like Ready Player One too is a better example.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, I haven't seen it all the way through, but it's generally the same concept.
It's kind of a mid movie.
That scares me. I haven't seen all of it, like I said. How do you feel about AI and Chat GPT?
The AI, like, that scares the shit out of me.
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah, because it's gonna like surpass us like a million. It already has.
Yeah.
But like on Twitter, I saw a Kanye song that Kanye didn't sing, but sounded like exactly like Kanye.
There was a Joe Rogan interview with him interviewing Steve Jobs, and it never happened.
Right.
2 hours. Bro, how about this? There's a website. Ivan sent it to me. Okay. There's a website where you could get like generated voice like recordings and audio about people on the internet.
like
so bro,
the Trump memes and stuff.
so bro,
Like
no,
with
yeah.
playing Fortnite with
But-
Obama and stuff.
But
Those shits are funny.
he sent me a video of my voice.
no way.
Yeah, because I have so much like online content and shit of just me talking for hours and hours and hours.
Shit, you didn't actually say?
I didn't say it at all. All he had to do was type it into a little chat box.
Oh my gosh.
Freaked me the fuck out.
See,
He said he pays like $5 a month for it. Shout out Ivan if you're watching. But bro, isn't that wild?
Yeah, that's a little freaky.
Because here's what that goes to. Because you've seen the Biden memes, like you said. Like where do you draw the line? Because that could become a country declaring war on Russia or China,
Right.
and then they send a nuke in response. We send a nuke. Mutually assured destruction. We're all fucked. The
Over
world
a fake
ends.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what do you think? That's scary as fuck.
I don't think it would go that far. I think as dumb as people can make themselves out to be, I think we're smart enough to differentiate. Like if you're gonna start a war over a just an audio only message, like that's a
But
stretch.
they can do the video.
but
They can do the video and the audio too. They can like.
even then, if the president came out and was like, "Hey, that wasn't me. That was our AI technology,"
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be like, okay.
I don't
Or
know.
Harsh words.
I feel like it'll turn into like meme culture only like through videos.
Yeah.
And like the memes are never serious, but like if people take them serious, there could be like drastic side effects.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's really scary. And artificial intelligence in terms of like deepfakes, I don't think they're that good yet. I think you could still tell.
Yeah.
Like when they have the fake
it's
videos
not
of Trump.
Yeah.
No,
But
no,
I think they'll
but
get there though.
it's getting there.
Oh yeah.
And same thing with the AI like photos. Like there were photos of Trump getting arrested, but it was AI. But like if you still look in the background, like somebody taking a camera, it'll be like, I don't even know how to say it. It'll be like swirled. Like the camera will be swirled. Like the AI artwork isn't perfect yet, but like it's getting there.
Yeah.
It's
And
scary.
dude, what is it?
Well,
Couple years
gosh.
old.
What, dude?
I was thinking of Jordan Peterson.
leave it to
when he was talking about Chat GPT.
leave it to this motherfucker to not be serious.
Well, no, I was thinking of Jordan Peterson when he was talking about Chat GPT, and then I was thinking
Well,
about
God.
I was thinking about Spencer's accent of Jordan Peterson, and so I said, "Well, gosh,
It's bloody awful. That's what I can't do it.
that was like
that was
not
terrible.
even close."
That was terrible. I've never
I
tried
don't think
it.
he's British. Why would he say bloody?
He says bloody. He's
He does,
Canadian.
yeah.
If you
He
listen
says bloody?
to him, he
Yeah.
does say bloody.
Bro, I gotta listen to more JP.
JP.
Goat.
You could
JBP.
you could definitely find audio of him for sure that he didn't say at all.
Dude, you just gotta listen to him talk.
Do a Jordan Peterson impression on the pod. We're here for as long as
That's
you guys
all I
want.
could do is the well, God. It's like,
Talk about going to the gym, but you're Jordan Peterson.
Do
Nah,
it do it for the pod.
Well, I went to the gym and I wanted to get bigger muscles. So I asked the gentleman, and he started shoveling this politically correct ideology at me. Well, What the bloody hell am I?
Bro,
he's so good at it, isn't he?
That's fire.
He's so good
He's got
at it.
such a unique voice. It's
Spencer's so
crazy.
good at the voice
But
impressions.
to
bro.
his credit, he's so interesting to listen to. You
Oh,
know
I
what I
love
mean?
him.
Yep.
He's in most of his points. There was one that I didn't like when he called he said a woman on Twitter wasn't beautiful. I think beauty isn't. It's a cliche, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You know?
That's subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that was just mean. You know, you're attacking that person. But most of his points are pretty interesting. I will say that. It makes a lot of sense.
He's like a non-asshole Andrew Tate.
Yeah. I've
Like an intellectual Andrew Tate.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
Andrew Tate, but like dances
smart.
around stuff a little bit.
And I
Yeah.
think Andrew Tate's smart too, but Jordan Peterson just comes off as educated.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate might be smart, but he doesn't come
He
off
just
as
doesn't
educated.
care.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He don't care what you think.
Yeah. I feel like you guys can have your opinions on Andrew Tate, but I feel like people with that like really follow Andrew Tate to a key, like worship him. They just didn't have any like good male role models in their lives. I'm not trying to throw shade because I know like I'm talking about the people who, like eat, sleep, breathe
Yeah.
Andrew Tate.
I like him, but to say I'm not one of those. Like I'm not.
Yeah. I think he's funny, but I don't take his advice. I think he has good
Every
stuff.
once in
but
a while, he'll drop some good advice, but for the most part, he's just something to laugh at.
a lot of it's satire.
Yeah.
But people take him serious.
Yeah, the ones who take him too serious, that's a problem.
He just
Yeah.
got out of jail.
I know.
Saw that.
Bro, I saw you see the first video that he posted.
Just walked around
weird
swinging
as hell
cigar.
with like some
pacing.
some Islamic rap, pacing it with his shirt off. Bro, like how full of yourself do you have to be to like post that and be confident about it?
Had the hair all grown out.
Yeah,
Big ass beard.
like a homeless man.
I think he'll probably keep that look.
Ugh,
You know?
he doesn't. He shouldn't.
It's rough and
He should shave
disheveled.
it. He looks terrible.
And he
looks really-
stands there.
Yeah, he looks bad. Please don't look up to that guy. There's no reason. I would prefer somebody look up to Jordan Peterson over that guy.
I would 100% agree.
Yeah, bro. I think Andrew Tate ruined a certain chunk of
Bro,
the
you
male
see that-
population.
You see that video on Twitter, that nerdy kid? He's like, I am the alpha. You
yes,
listen to me now,
yes,
teacher.
Yeah, and he was like probably 270, maybe. He was fat. He was big. I know what you're talking about. He was like yelling
Was
at the
he
teacher.
big?
He was big, yeah. And the teacher was like being so polite to him,
He
being
was like, well, the alpha needs to sit down
Yeah.
before he gets in trouble.
yeah, talking about getting kicked out of class. Oh,
Stay off.
subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I know you want to click that button. Just
Click that
push
red
it.
button.
Touch it. Touch the red button.
And
Go ahead.
If you don't like the video, hit the thumbs down button twice so he really knows that you don't like it.
Nobody will be able to see it but me. Go ahead. Click the button. If you want to leave a nasty comment, you can leave a nasty comment too.
You see what I did there, right?
Yeah, I
You
did.
saw- you
I
saw-
did. That was
Cool,
nice.
cool,
That's
cool,
That was
cool,
nice.
cool, cool,
I
cool,
liked
cool,
it.
cool, 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 cool. Yeah, hit the thumbs down button
Yeah.
twice if you dislike the video. 'cause
Yeah.
It shows him.
Like double.
Can I tell him?
Go ahead. Yeah, who cares?
If you click the thumbs down button once, it dislikes the video. If you click it again, it undoes your dislike.
Yeah.
So you tell him do it.
That's all. That's all
That
it
just
is.
blew your mind, huh?
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now
I
they're
look
only
like
going to click it once.
Bro, I look
so
like an idiot on this podcast. I
he
can't
owes
lie.
you
okay.
an
It's
apology.
okay.
God dang
It's
it.
all right.
I'm sorry.
Look at you
Seth.
censoring yourself. You said, "God dang it."
God
But
That
dang
was
it.
smart. That
you
took
still
some
took
resolve.
You
That
still
was
took the
nice.
Lord's name in vain, though.
Yeah,
We doing
that's
this,
true.
bro?
Why? Why not?
We doing this right now?
Why can't we?
All sins are equal.
Do you think so?
No, but it says so in the Bible.
Okay. This dude.
Dude, he does.
Sorry.
Alright.
I'm so sorry.
We're switching this up.
All right. I want to talk about mental health because it was just us two. We were having a conversation, and Hayden, Spencer were talking about back and forth, and I want to get everybody's perspective. Wow, I have water in my mouth, spit in my mouth. What do you guys feel about mental health in terms of like nurture versus nature? Do you think that like mental health, like if you become depressed, do you think it's just brought upon you like based off of like how you're raised, like what your environment is, or do you think it's just something that happens?
You asking me first?
Anybody, I don't care. Yeah, sure you.
I am a big believer in psychology.
Okay.
I believe that with psychology, a lot of stuff like talks about that it comes from childhood, like how you were raised, what you were brought up on. Your moral compass comes from what your parents' moral compass was, et cetera, et cetera. So I would definitely say it's more nurture. If it's all opinion, honestly, I don't feel like there's a fact to it yet. But in my eyes, I feel like you can usually depict a person based off how they were raised.
Yeah.
I'm not educated enough to really get into it too much, but I feel like it can go both ways. I feel like you said, the way you're brought up and the things you experience can lead to different mental health issues. And I also think there's people who were raised in beautiful environments and everything looks good on paper, you know, and maybe they get diagnosed with something like bipolar disorder, where depression's a huge part of that, and it's nothing that they could have foreseen or anything that their parents could have done to prevent it. These things just happen. So I think it can go either way, but that's my 2 cents on that.
Hayden?
I think so, like you said, with like how you're raised and stuff, like you can have someone from poverty, right, and they'll most likely stay in poverty, right, but then another person could use that same exact reason to get out of poverty. You know, so I think it all comes down to like willpower and who you are. You know,
I feel like that's also instilled in you by your parents, though.
I agree.
Whether they meant to do it or not,
right? Yeah.
Whether it was something shitty or great they did,
right?
Something
I think
that happened to you as a child put that in you,
right? But I think you could acknowledge that and like fix that. You know, like I don't
that's
think
what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. I agree.
But your parents are your first teachers.
No, 1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
I don't know. I kind of like have the mindset of Spencer, where like I'm not educated, but none of us are.
No.
You asked for my opinion, so I gave it.
Yeah. I know. Because it's an interesting talking point.
Right.
But I know me, and I feel like depression is necessary for everybody. Like everybody feels up and down. It's just human life. It's what happens.
Yeah.
I don't think it's depression per se.
Yeah.
Well,
sad.
I view
or upset.
I view it. I don't view it as like quote unquote like the word depression.
Yeah.
Everybody goes through ups and downs.
So
something
it's chronic.
Yeah, something
Right.
I've found is like everybody always talks about, not everybody, but people talk about anxiety. And I never really understood what that meant until like I would get like weird feelings in my stomach.
Yeah.
I think I told you this. When I would like drink a bang, I would get like this weird feeling in my stomach. I'd walk around like feeling like everybody hated me. I'd walk in a store. I'd pick out like the fucking gas station, like maybe I don't know in Cleveland or whatever. Just picking out people that I felt like in my head were looking at me and like hated me. Didn't even know who I was. I don't know. Like that's something that I how do I even put this? Like I understood what people meant when they said anxiety, and I would ask other people because I'm interested about this stuff. And I feel like, I don't know, it's necessary to go through some mental health bump. You know what I mean? I don't know if being medicated for anxiety is necessarily the best, at least not for me. Everybody's health is different, to be fair. There's no one size fits all. But I don't know. The way that like I was able to get over it was I felt like it was like stemming from like past relationships with friends and stuff. And so I had to go fix those, and now I can drink a bang and I'm not gonna feel like people hate me, so that's fun.
That's a big deal, though.
Right?
That's a big deal to look back on it and see that you took care of it. And I imagine it was by yourself. Like obviously you talked to people, but at the end of the day, you were the one who had to fix it.
Of course.
That's a lot, and usually people don't want to look back on it and reflect. But sometimes it's nice to just realize what you accomplished.
Mm-hmm. And through that reflection too, there's a lot of, you have to admit like hard truths to yourself. You know what I mean? You have to see like the faults in like your behavior in the past and who you are as a person, how that's led to this point. And it's hard, and lots of people can't do it. I couldn't do it for the longest time, but I'm happier now. I walk around feeling less angry. So in that regard, I feel like it worked.
Yeah.
Not trying to pat myself on the back.
No,
don't. No,
Clap now.
No, don't clap. But yeah, what do you feel like we're just gonna go down the list. But like, what do you feel like in terms of like depression as like or not depression, but like some mental health struggle as like a necessary what's the word for it? As like a necessary thing that you have to encounter in life.
Yeah. So answering that question, I think it is necessary, because if you're always high up, there's no value in it anymore.
Yeah.
But I think, this is me personally, I can't speak for everybody, and everybody has their own world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so when I was younger, when I was 16, 17, I was like, oh, I'm depressed because I'm feeling bad, So I went to the doctor, whatever, got these meds, and I'd take them for a while. And I'm not saying meds aren't good and people don't need meds or whatever, but me personally, I realized that my depression, my anxiety stemmed from me just not taking care of myself, not doing what I needed to do, And I think it was like my body telling me, my depression, my anxiety was my body telling me, hey, you're not doing enough, or you're doing something too much. You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's my take on it.
Huh.
I think levels that you can handle are necessary. Anything beyond something that you can't handle should never happen to anyone. Because if it's an end game where there's nothing you can do about it, and that force is that great that it's just like you're going to fail no matter what you do. Because let's say you were diagnosed with bipolar. I don't think anybody should ever go through something like that. I don't see a reason for someone to have to go through that. But I think struggles, there is a lesson in every single struggle that you have. And being able to find that lesson, that's what makes you better. But there are some people who aren't built to handle struggle. And I guess that's a gray area, because maybe something I can handle is something that somebody else can't handle. And somebody can say, oh, well, they should be able to handle that. It's grow off of it, be better off of it. But in their head, it's a mountain too high for them to climb. Maybe they need to start lower, and eventually they can get there, but it's just at different paces. So I think hardship is necessary, whether that comes through mental health problems, but more often than not, it's really just like it's sad. It shouldn't happen, and it's a lot more than people can handle. That's why they have to get medicated or they seek help right away, because it's like it's too large of a load to carry, and that's I think that sucks.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like it's almost a little overprescribed.
What do you mean?
I think a lot of people go to the doctor in the moment they're feeling sad or depressed, and the doctor says, okay, here's some medicine that'll fix everything. I think sometimes people, and this is just for people who don't deal with it chronically, don't truly, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously there's people that actually have mental illness.
100%.
I'm not ignorant to that whatsoever, but I think there's a lot of people who don't truly have mental illness. They're just their grandma died, their girlfriend broke up with, and they're like, I need something to fix it right now.
Right.
I think a lot of times people, it's kind of talking like the quick dopamine highs, or whatever. They're looking for a quick fix because they don't want to. It's kind of what he says too. They're not built for struggle. They want a quick fix. They don't want to work through it and truly become a better person. And I don't think you learn your lesson out of that. Like, I've had plenty of times where I'm sitting in my bed screaming and crying, and I'm like, why are you putting me through this again? Why are you, like, I've been through this thing once. Why are you showing me again? And the truth is behind it, whether I liked it or not, I didn't learn the lesson the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
I went and did the same thing again. I deserved what I was feeling.
Yeah.
So I think you actually have to sit there, reflect. How can I make sure this never happens again? How can I truthfully change this about myself? Because if I don't like it, I need to change it.
Yeah.
You can either do nothing about it or change it, but don't sit there and complain about it. Woe is me. I'm not here to give you a back rub and tell you it's all going to be okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But once again, that's people who don't have true depression, true anxiety. They're just going through a hard time.
Yeah. I want to go back to what you said. You said you were like 16, 17, and you had this feeling, so you went to the doctor to like get prescribed something.
Right.
Was that you? Like, what made you want to go to the doctor and seek that out?
Well, I was feeling bad, but looking back on it, my parents got divorced, and so I was dealing with that for a while, and I never really like fully accepted what happened, And so I got medicated or whatever, And yeah, I felt better in the short term.
I have to step out real quick.
It's okay.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're good. Continue. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Felt better in the short term, but I think medication is a good tool to help you short term, right? But I don't think anybody should. So let's say one I'm really against is Adderall. Okay, I don't think anybody should be taking Adderall every day for their life. I have a kid I work with, and I think he's on up to like 50 or 60 milligrams of Adderall now because he's been on it since he was 11.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and that, like, he's been on Ritalin, Vyvanse, whatever. Fuck. And they prescribe these 10, 11-year-olds with ADHD, right?
That's why I have a tremor now. Like, that's why my hand shakes so bad. Isn't that nuts? I was in 4th going into 5th grade, and they put me on Adderall.
They say you had ADD.
That's what I'm saying.
ADHD,
So they
yeah.
overprescribe.
And I think it stems back to...
Hold on. Go ahead, make your point.
Okay.
I'll cross my fingers.
Okay. I think it stems back when we're talking about the social media, like hand these kids iPads when they're 10, right?
Yeah.
I think that shit's giving them ADD or whatever. They just have a short attention span now because of it. They're like, oh, you need Adderall.
Yeah. 4th grade?
Yeah, 4th grade.
Why?
It's insane.
My grades weren't doing well, and there was a lot of
4th
conferences
grade, bro. We didn't even have grades.
Yeah, there was a lot of conferences between my parents and my teachers, and they knew what was going on. And like, oh, this is ADHD. And then my parents took me to the doctor, and the doctor's like, we're going to try you on, I don't know what the dosage was, but I took that through middle school, and then I stopped because I hated it. Fuck. But I was young, and it was like, time to take your medicine, son. I was like,
right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I took it, and then I was like this all day, just staring, not doing anything. My energy levels they weren't low, but I had no personality,
Yeah.
Everything was kind of gray.
Yep.
And I got off of them, and then I got this cool little shake, and people were always like, why are you so nervous? I'm like, I'm not. I took medicine when I was young. So
It's mind altering. It's a mind altering.
When did they start doing that? Like prescribing people with ADHD or ADHD these pills like Adderall?
I'm not sure, but I know for a fact that 4th grade is probably way too soon.
young.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm completely against medicating children. It's one thing if you're you have like bipolar disorder diagnosed, or like you have symptoms of depression that like have been looked at by a doctor and you're past 18 and it's like, okay, try this medication. Maybe it'll help. But medicating 12, 11-year-olds like in 4th grade, I think that's fucking ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
You're changing like how that child is, and like you said, now you have the shake.
Right.
It's fucked up. I don't know. I feel like ADHD. I probably fucking have it. I can't focus sometimes when I'm bored in classes.
Yeah.
In classes like that I'm not interested in at all. Right. I'll start to slouch. Okay. I'll start to like get like a little nervous thump on my leg. Right.
Yeah.
Just random shit. I start cracking my knuckles. Or okay, because I'm just bored. I feel like ADHD is like your body telling you like this isn't what you should be doing. You should be allocating all your energy to something that you're good at.
You're laser focused on something.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like that's just your natural, like, whatever, however, I don't know how, like, the body is built for that, but, like, it's just your body telling you, your mind telling you, like, go do what you want to do. Go do what you're good at. Go do what you enjoy. Don't go to this hour and 15-minute class where they talk about accounting and you just want to kill yourself. And what do you do? Like I said, you start fidgeting. You start doing all these things, all these symptoms of ADHD or ADD.
Right.
And then adults see that, and your teachers are in this education system that's outdated, and they see, okay, your grades are dropping. Now you're failing a couple tests. Oh, now you're failing the class.
Right.
Oh, you can't focus? Okay, take these pills.
Right.
I just think it's a fucked up way. It's all fucked up. The education system's all fucked up. The medical association in the country is fucked up in terms of medicating children. It's just all a big mess. How do we solve it?
I don't know.
That's beyond me.
I like the education system. I think it gives us great opportunities. I've always said, like, I think a degree is one of the best things you can get, because you hear all those videos. Like, you don't need a degree. Elon Musk will always say, you don't need a degree.
Well, I think a degree helps.
You want
opens
one.
doors.
You want one for sure.
A degree helps, and
Yeah.
to
See, that's the thing,
to
though.
your-
It's not the knowledge you're learning in school. It's the piece of
the
paper.
piece of
you
paper.
see.
I agree.
Well, and the knowledge. I mean, everyone uses, like you were talking about the AI earlier. Everyone cheats on everything. I feel like if people didn't have technology to rely on, they'd come out of college with a lot of knowledge that they didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with
They
that.
just gotta, I don't know, go through it's hard. It's hard to pay attention to A, something that you don't know, and B, something you probably don't care about.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so, what did my professor said the other day?
Shout out Peter Allen, bro.
Education is one of those things that people will pay for, but they don't want to receive. Because half the kids walked out of class before it was over. It's a 3-hour class, it's a little tough. But I thought about that. I was like, that's true. We're paying so much money to be here. And we don't question it half the time. Like all these books are so expensive. We end up getting them.
We have to, yeah.
Yeah. And at that point, the smart thing would be, if I have to pay for this book, I might as well read it. No one's going to do that. And
never.
just going to get the book because I have to. And I'll let it collect dust
Because
until I
we're
have
lazy.
to return it. Yeah.
We're lazy by nature. My quarrels are more so with like K through 8 education, like early child learning, like saying, okay, and none of this is bad. Like I think learning about history is very important so you don't repeat it. Obviously the English language or any language, it's very important to learn it. Math, despite, everybody should know basic math.
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily if the quadratic formula is something that we all need to learn, but
Right.
why not, right?
Yeah.
Include it in the curriculum. You need to learn about sciences, right, and things like that. But I don't know, just the way it's taught, the environment that it's in, I feel like it's more so built for like a 1960s world. A lot of it's outdated. You go to a lot of the public schools, and like they've got the box TVs in the corner of the wall. You know what I mean? It's all old fashioned. You got desks that are like 50, 60 years old in some places. I feel like it wasn't built for modern America, and as a result, because of the environment, young kids especially. I mean, I know I struggled in school in the bit, like it was 4th through 6th grade. I struggled a little bit. I just couldn't focus on whatever.
Yeah.
We were learning about, this was math. I was getting like D's and F's on my tests. It wasn't until like I actually started to like get interested to the subjects when we got later on in school that I started doing better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where my quarrels lie. But in terms of like the college education system, to what you said, like we literally all just cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
100%.
Do you ever think about that in like 30 years when like we're the adults that all these people have to cater to, like the boomers and Gen X are now? Like, what do you think it's going to be like?
I think the only ones it truly matters about in school is like, it's so basic, everyone says it, but like your doctors and lawyers and stuff.
Yeah.
Engineers.
Like
yeah.
any business guy I've ever met says they learned everything on the job,
Right.
Me too.
Degree or not.
Me too.
Right.
I've never heard someone say, "Oh, I used that class." I've never heard that. I've never heard
Neither
that.
have I. Yeah. I don't know. But
And that's not to discredit what Spencer's saying either, because I think he has a very valid point. Why
Very
are you
valid.
wasting all this money?
very valid.
I agree with him completely. But on the same end, like, I don't think it's going to hurt unless your doctors and lawyers are cheating.
Which they are.
I
Which scares
don't, I
me.
don't know. I
Are
don't
they?
know like many of them cats. So
Like nurses, are they cheating? Because like I see a couple girls like on their Snapchat story, for example, like, oh, this is like hour 10 of studying for this test, and like
Right.
they're gonna be a nurse, they're a nursing major. I feel like those, I don't know, bro. It's scary because like Chegg, artificial Chat GPT. I used Chat GPT during my test the other day.
see, the thing is with a lot of those though, they got to take those huge standardized tests where you're not going to pass unless you truly learn the material. So like they probably won't even become a doctor or lawyer or anything unless they
Yeah.
truthfully study. Because if they don't, you can't cram 8 years of information into one night to take a test.
No, I agree.
To,
I
to take
agree.
a bar test, you're not going to cheat on a bar test.
That's
you know
true.
What I'm saying?
No, it's
so
impossible.
like, if you cheat trying to be a lawyer, you're just not going to become a lawyer.
Yeah, makes sense.
So like I'm not too worried about it. And then with the business kids, yeah, they do cheat. Yeah, the communications kids do. Yeah,
Yeah.
most other areas do.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of the doctors and lawyers stuff does too, but I don't think it's as big of a deal because you learn so much of it
Yeah.
once you start your job.
Makes sense.
And I think everybody in this building, this Williamson building of college, of business.
Well, this is the podcasting campus.
This is the podcasting campus. But I think it's
Careful,
all.
Don't incriminate anybody. Bro.
I'm not. I just think it's all. Most of the job is networking and how you interact with other people.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
You know what I
college-
mean?
You're paying all this money just to get a network.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
that phrase. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's been proven to me on and on and on through life. We talked about like 30 years down the line. I want to transition to something that we're kind of all not really thinking about now. So I was with my parents and my family over the weekend, right? And we're all sitting at the dinner table, and they were talking about salmonella. I told you about this earlier. So they're talking about salmonella and how, like, in the 80s and 90s, like, they didn't really give a fuck. Like, my mom, my grandma would tell my mom, like, when she gets home, right, clean the chicken. We're having chicken for dinner, so clean the chicken, cut everything, whatever. She said she would get, like, chicken juice on, like, the counter, on her hands. They wouldn't wash their hands because it was just, I mean, maybe they would wash their hands, but, like, she would wipe it with the rag that was hanging on the stove. She'd wipe everything down, and, like, they wouldn't really use soap or like that. Like, they would hang it back up, and they weren't really worried about salmonella. Well, then it kind of made me think about, like, our phones right now, right? And devices that have, like, Bluetooth and radiation. And it made me think back to what my one friend said. He's in radiology school now, and when he got in on one of the first days, his professor, teacher, whatever, was talking and said, like, AirPods are, like, the worst for you in terms of, like, radiation, because it's just going back and forth into your brain. And it got me thinking, like, bro, like, 30 years down the line, 20 years down the line, is that going to be our thing? Like, oh yeah, like, we weren't even worried about getting cancer from all the radiation from, like, our electronics back then, but yeah, you know, it's a thing now. Like, is that going to be our thing? I've been thinking about this for 3 days, and it's low-key scaring the hell out of me.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because, like, and I tried to look this up online. I tried to, like, research this, like, with AirPods, right, and Bluetooth stuff, and, like, I couldn't find anything that would prove me right about it. Like, there's
It's probably
nothing.
all too soon.
It doesn't say anything, but, like, apparently there's been studies, but, like, there hasn't been anything that's been proven that it's going to cause, like, cancer from the radiation.
Right.
But, like, again, the skeptic in me is thinking, okay, well, what if Apple is paying all these people to not really run true studies and make it seem like everything's going to be okay? Because this is the same company that, like, employs children to make phones who are slaves and pays them, like, pennies on the dollar per hour. It's like, who do you believe? It's really scary. Because we all are guilty using all this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're addicted to all of it.
I choose to just say ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I
Neither
don't
do
know
I.
enough about it. I don't know anything, honestly. I like what happens, I guess. Can't worry about it.
I agree.
I mean, I got enough radiation to deal with in East Palestine.
Oh.
Like,
Fuck, you guys are all in that area.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm at least 25, 30 minutes away.
me and Hayden are 5. Spencer's probably 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so when that happened, like, what was going through your head? Like,
Scary.
did you smell it?
I didn't.
Not in Waterford, but when I went to my grandma's house in Negley, it smelled like pennies.
Oh,
like straight
shit.
pennies.
I
The day
heard people
after.
smelled like chlorine.
Chlorine.
I heard
That's
that
what I was
too.
hearing.
Bro, the fish were dying. Everything was,
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
dying.
no, every fish in East Palestine's dead. Dude, dogs were dying.
Yeah, I saw that too. Birds flew out of the sky and just
Yeah.
fell dead.
No, when I saw that, that scared the piss out of me.
was scary.
I was so scared.
I didn't know what
Even-
to do.
Yeah, it's Austin. I was with Austin that when it happened. I didn't say a word. I was just glued to the news. You know.
So you saw the fire, like, actually
Yeah, we
burning?
had friends. We had friends in
sending
East Palestine.
Snapchats.
They were sending us Snapchats.
They're probably
they were right by
They're
it.
probably a football field away.
One of them was like standing on the train. I feel
Abe
like at one
Figley.
point.
I remember
One
seeing
was
a
on the
video.
tracks,
Yeah,
a little drunk.
checking it out.
I remember
Yeah.
Abe Figley. I saw a video. I think he put it on his Snapchat, or somebody put it on their Snapchat. But, you know, he's one of the people that live over there that came to mind.
Right.
But yeah, bro, it was crazy. And, like, the only way that they could get rid of it was to burn it all.
Yeah. That controlled burn or whatever.
Okay, so another thing, 10, 20, 30 years down the line, like, what do you think is going to happen?
We're all gonna get cancer, and then our families are gonna have generational wealth.
Do you think? These things take a long time to come out. I think it might be like our kids or our grandkids
What, are getting cancer?
that would get the generational wealth.
Yeah, No, I'm not gonna see a penny. I'm gonna be dead.
Yeah, these things take a
But-
long time.
My kids, my grandkids, whatever it is, the Brodigan, Detilio, Tata, they're gonna have some money to their name.
How far do you think it extends?
I honestly think it probably comes up to here. I know Pittsburgh
too.
was having some debris from it.
Yeah. Bro.
You think like
You might be getting some generational wealth too,
I
bro.
think I am.
Yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
Somebody, I read a tweet after it happened, maybe a week after it happened, and somebody was like, yeah, like my hometown area, like of northeastern Ohio, like in 5 years, it's going to be a wasteland.
Yeah.
You think?
Probably.
5
Not
years?
5 years, no.
but
50?
I don't know. I'm not an ecologist. I've
No,
never
neither am I.
any of
Neither
this.
am I.
I doubt 5, though.
It just scared the hell out of me when they arrested that reporter.
I saw that. That's scary.
That was really scary.
That's
I
very
did hear
scary.
about
that
that.
was fucked up. But then I think the governor bailed him out.
Probably.
I don't know who arrested him.
I don't know.
That was...
I didn't follow up.
We're in unprecedented times, man. I saw that on Twitter. Have you guys been seeing? Because I talked about this with my Shide on a previous episode. Have you guys been seeing more fights on Twitter lately?
Yeah, because on the Explore page.
Yeah, the For You page. Yeah, fights, like physical fights.
Yeah, like, they got them pages, like, biggest fights, blah, 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 blah.
Have you seen that?
I have not.
I just see people kicking people's asses
Me too.
on the street. Yeah.
Girls too.
Really?
Yeah,
Like girls on girls or guys on girls?
girls on girls. Not the trashy ones either.
Both, to be honest.
Like the hot ones.
I've seen
which is
dudes hit
weird.
girls on Twitter.
Like white suburban girls.
Shout out Joe Mixon. Not really. Not really. I don't actually.
Wow. We just went somewhere that I wasn't anticipating going. That's like Andrew Tate level right
no,
there.
No, I don't think.
Would
that's
you like
right.
to repeat
Hayden,
Actually,
yourself?
it's funny
Hayden.
that Joe Mixon did that and he still plays in the NFL and makes
Oh, look
so
at
many
him.
millions of dollars.
Oh, look
Bro,
at
Hayden-
Hayden the feminist
Bro,
over
Hayden,
here.
Hayden can get political. He knows how to spin something off like like nobody else.
What do you mean by that?
It means you can turn something good into something bad, or you can turn what somebody said good into something bad easily. You're good at it.
Yeah.
All right, so turn that good.
Turn what good? Joe Mixon good?
Mhm.
You can't turn that good.
Why?
He did. He said, "I just find it disgusting that he's still in the
I
NFL."
didn't say disgusting. I said it was funny.
Hayden the
Like, it's actually
feminist.
funny. Like if I did like imagine in like your professional career, imagine you beat the shit out of somebody, right? A girl.
See?
I'm
what
just
he's doing
saying.
now? He said, "Shout out Joe Mixon," and now it's, bro. He's a bad. Like he's good at it.
I got through
I
my
give Hayden
phase of
props.
saying random shit that was just like chaotic and crazy.
That was the first thing that came to my mind. So
I mean,
said that.
I still say random shit, but like it has a point backed up with it now. But that was good. You gotta let the intrusive thoughts win sometimes. I get it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You're-
How do you guys feel about all the shit that's been happening with like? I don't want to say the trans issue because it's not an issue, but like in general, it's
I respectfully decline to answer.
okay. That's fine. Go ahead, make a good out of a bad. I said it.
So what was your question?
How do you feel about like?
Can we just go to the next topic? Nobody wants to answer this.
I
Yeah.
feel like my future employer. will
Yeah.
not
Go
like-
go ahead. Go ahead. Well, you think your future employer will be trans? That'd be fun.
No, I just
I'm all for diversity.
Whoa,
Anyway,
gosh.
Next topic. Trump gets arrested. What are your thoughts? How long do you think he'll be in there?
I don't know. I saw his face in like
He said, "I don't know."
137 years, but I don't think he gets that.
Why not?
Same reason why, like, you never see celebrities go away for life unless you're Aaron Hernandez. Shout out Aaron Hernandez.
Well,
Stop. Dude, I think my thing's.
he's away for
Am
life.
I talking too loud?
He's dead.
Do I sound
He's dead.
irate?
You're good. You're good.
when you yell,
He's away from
Shut
life
the
in a
hell
Sorry,
different.
I'm a loud voice.
He's away from life in a different way.
like dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Spin that into a good thing.
A killer
Okay.
is taken
All
off
right.
the streets.
Hold on. Do you think Aaron Hernandez could go to heaven if he truly forgave, or if he
Repented?
was truly sorry for his sins?
I have a better question. Do you believe Jeffrey Dahmer went to heaven? Because remember at the end, if you ever watched that series, at the end he like confessed to Jesus.
Did he really?
Yeah, you never watched the series, bro?
No,
You
because
guys
I don't.
asked two of the silliest questions I've ever heard in my life. And it's on record that you just asked the most head-ass questions back to back, too. You listened to what he said, and you were like, I'm going to double down and ask an even better question.
Well, that's
And
like
you knocked that shit out of the park, dude.
No, okay, so answer my question first. Do you think Aaron Hernandez could go to heaven
This
if he
is another one.
repented?
I'm going to respectfully decline to answer.
All right, fine.
I don't know.
All right, can I say this?
I don't want to get.
It's fine. Whatever.
Religious.
I feel like that's more spiritual than religious, because the idea of heaven could
Well,
be.
you're asking the question because if he gave himself, you're saying if he gave himself up to Jesus, right?
I'm just saying if he was sorry for his sins. I never said anything involving anything with a specific religion. Like, I feel like heaven, there's like the religious idea, and then there's a secular idea. Like, the secular idea is just like, it's just like a broad opinion about where we go after. You good?
You guys talking into my ears is nice right now.
I was about to make out with that mic.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Dude,
that
I'm sitting and I'm listening.
I mean, I look
That's
at this and I
nice.
think, ooh, it's.
Can we have a quick ASMR break?
We're not,
You could sound, Spencer.
play a sound.
I got you guys.
Welcome to my ASMR. This is the gong to begin. Don't laugh. Yeah, don't laugh. Shut up. That's disrespect.
Hayden, I believe you should make some crinkly noises with the water bottle.
I agree.
You ruined it, bro.
Am I standing too close to the mic?
That sounded weird.
You like that?
I have a sound.
That was the worst, dude.
Great job.
Do you know how much worse things are outside of the headphones? Take your headphones off for a second. Everyone take your headphones off.
Yeah.
Doesn't this suck?
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
suck.
bro.
It
This
does
is
suck.
awful.
All right, let's put them back.
I think
Yeah,
the
that was-
podcast was better. It's better now because we can hear ourselves. It like the conversation just feels better because
Right?
like you have it in your head. It's like,
Okay.
oh.
So right now we are at we're at 1 hour and 47 seconds. We can go as long as we want. And now it's dark. I want to talk about the elites.
Bro, it's hitting every issue, bro.
No. It's dark outside.
It is dark.
And now it's to the point where, like,
does that mean?
if we talk too loud, that they can come for us. So I want to say,
Don't give
listen,
a fuck about us, bro.
we're on the 3rd floor of the podcasting studio that I own.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very nice space.
Yeah.
by the
Thank
way.
you.
I like what you did.
love
Yes,
the
thank
art you
you.
got
Thank you.
downstairs, bro.
Thank you. I made it myself. We could get headshotted at any time right now. So it's very important. Exactly. It's very important that we talk quietly. Who do you think is behind everything? Because I don't believe that Joe Biden runs the country. I don't believe that Trump ran the country. I believe that there's a group of a couple families or people, powerful people with a lot of influence that are socially engineering everything that we're seeing. All the outrage and stuff, it happened because somebody wanted it to happen. I don't think that there's... Go ahead.
I think it's Eli Manning.
I think that I don't think about these things because I'm too worried about like surviving day to day, and like I'm worried about being able to buy a house. In a few years.
Talk about that.
What, being worried about everything.
Yes, because you were talking about the financial crisis and like being worried about buying a house last week, and I remember wanting to put that on a podcast, like in a conversation. So go ahead.
I wish Eli Manning would buy Spencer a house.
I don't want to ruin this safe space right now.
Yeah.
But if you are in college or right now you don't own a house, you can throw that out the window. You're probably not going to own a house unless you get really lucky with a really nice job or you work really hard and you can make over, what did we say? We crunched the numbers.
400.
Well, the median price for a house in the U.S. right now is $450,000, around there.
Right.
Right, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I asked my teacher, who deals with these types of issues, if I'm going to buy a house, let's say I put 10, 20% down. He said, no. No.
Peter.
You want at least 30% down. Okay, Peter, let's say I pull that money out of my ass and I put that down on a house. How much money would I need to make to comfortably do that? And I say comfortably because you have bills and other things you have to pay, car payments, whatever else.
Right.
Phone bill, yeah.
You would need to make around $100,000 a year. Great. What's the median income of the average U.S. citizen?
$45,000.
38.
No, I think it's in the...
$35,000 a year.
All right, but hold on. But also, what about college students, though?
What about
College
them?
students, it's much higher. College
yeah.
college graduates, not
Yes.
students.
We're probably 45,000. I don't know.
Well, it's higher. It's definitely higher.
Okay,
Well, he said
let's say you
35
get
for the
like-
average.
Well, average. That's average U.S. citizen, but the
That
average.
includes
US
college students.
I
though,
can't
right?
imagine they're that much higher.
Yeah, let's call it
I'm sorry, college graduates,
If I had to
not
guess,
students.
if I had to
right.
guess,
no, that's what I meant.
60.
Look it up.
you think they
70.
make $25,000 more dollars a year than a normal person?
It's surprising.
That's my guess. That's my
I think
guess.
it's around 60.
I
Yeah,
feel like it'd be 45 if I had to guess. We're gonna find out.
yeah,
Though.
we're gonna find out. That's why the computer's here.
Hurry up.
I had on a podcast a while ago. I had somebody who All right, fuck what I was gonna say.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, bro. Talk. I'm sorry.
No. It's definitely higher. What is it?
$80,500 a year.
Yep.
While the average American with only a high school diploma earns about $40,000 a year.
Yep. I told you it was drastic.
Dang.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna be good.
More likely than not.
I said 100,000.
Yeah, we got.
No,
We'll
it's
be able
not.
to almost buy. We'll be able to buy a below average house.
Where's that
Okay,
19.5
so
come from?
right here, the bar is here to buy a house, and we're like here. So we can't do it comfortably,
Well,
but
isn't
we
this-
can make it happen. It's a
Okay,
stretch.
Did
Hold
you say
on.
this is an average house though? Get a below average house.
Okay, well, hold on. I have something to say. So boomers are still the biggest chunk of like the population in America, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Well, they're gonna die in 10 years,
Yes.
and so I would imagine that there's going to be a bunch of empty houses that are just going to be empty, which that means if there's all of these empty houses, the price is going to go down.
Correct.
So then we're going to be able to afford them
We just gotta
more. It's
wait
all
till we're
ups
30.
It's all ups and downs.
I
Listen,
hope.
we're going to go through a fucking crash. Everything is going to crash, and it's going to be soon. Inflation keeps getting worse, and the dollar is going to collapse because the dollar does not have anything that backs it. Right now, a dollar is just paper. You could light that bitch on fire, and it's not worth anything. And so when all these things collapse, the first thing that's going to happen is there's going to be riots. And why? Because now the single mother of 3 or 2 isn't going to be able to feed her family. Why? Because the money that she makes in her bank account, poof, it's gone. It collapsed. It went away.
Or it's
The
just
only-
worth literally nothing.
Yeah, the
Right.
the only currency that we'll have is precious metals like gold and silver. Those are the only things that'll be like worth something anymore. So then all the supermarkets are going to be raided and looted. All the food's going to be gone. Your farmland, fuck your farmland. People are just going to take it. And so then like everything will really be worth nothing. That's the scary part. Me personally, I don't know what to do. Because, like, you could say, oh, I'll buy a gun, like, I'll protect my family, whatever, but, like, what if the government decides, like, you're a threat because you have a gun, and they don't go to your doorstep like they would have in, like, the 50s and 60s and, like, authoritarian governments, Hitler, Mussolini, etc., right? They drone strike you like they do in the Middle East, and then you're fucked. Nobody prepares, nobody thinks about this shit, but, like, they have technology that we just don't have. Like, random U.S. citizens don't have drones. Like, there's no way to defend yourself. Like, you're fucked.
He is a drone.
No, but I'm like killing.
It shoots out. It
like
shoots
killing
down
drone.
missiles. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Really?
Yeah, it has an RPG attachment
Yeah.
too, but that's an extra $500.
EDD
I feel like you gotta buy that shit.
or EED.
ED.
I thought it was EPC.
Entry.
Oh wait,
deni-
EPC,
Oh,
EPG. I'm
EDD.
sorry.
Entry denial
EPG.
device.
Okay, well, like the average American, the average like U.S. citizen didn't know. Like, I had no
Heater a
clue.
day.
Bro, what?
Why'd you just name drop him?
Yeah.
I love him.
Now you gotta tell him to watch.
He's a
We're gonna have to
great.
cut.
I'm gonna tell Peter to watch.
No, hey, there's no cuts.
No cuts.
I don't cut here.
Hey, Peter Woodlocker, you good, bro. Keep doing what you do.
Who?
Peter Woodlock.
Who the hell is that?
He's teaching me
that?
how to managerially finance.
I never heard of him.
He's a good guy.
Why is he a good guy?
He teaches the material, and
Does he do anything else than teach the material?
yeah, he has nice little like add-ons, like funny little inserts in his lecture.
Like,
Just like classic funny old guy.
not like a penis.
No. I'd sit down and take life advice from him and have a beer.
Really?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
What do you guys think? Okay, speaking of beer, what do you guys think about Bud Light partnering with that trans actor? Or is
What?
that you haven't seen that?
No.
There was this trans actor that or actress. I don't want to misgender.
Is it the one from Euphoria?
No, different one. This one I've never even seen anything this person's in. But a lot of people are mad now because Bud Light is like having this person endorse the brand. Like, Kid Rock.
Yeah, I know. of him.
Yeah. He like, what are you doing, bro?
I'm not speaking right now. So.
All right. But yeah. He got like a couple cases, and I don't know. He had an AR-15 in his hand. He put him like probably like 20, 30 yards away. He goes, Bud Light, fuck you. And, like, shot it all up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really drink Bud Light, to be fair. I'd rather not touch Bud Light. I'd rather drink
I'm a
like a
Corona
Corona.
guy.
Yeah, Corona's good. Or Mick Ultra, personally. I think Mick Ultra is
Mick
also
Ultra's
good.
probably 2 or 3 for me. I like Landshark.
Land Shark is good.
Miller High Life for me.
Never had it.
Never had it either.
The champagne of beers
Never had it.
No.
goes crazy.
I
How do you
don't
feel?
like- I
My
don't
buddy
like
Marquette
drinking.
put me onto that.
How do you feel about the alcoholic bang?
Never heard of that
See,
either.
okay, so how is that legal whenever they took Four Locos off the market?
Four Locos on the market, but they had to change it.
Well, they had to take the caffeine out.
Yeah.
Like I saw a Monster alcoholic beverage at the gas station.
Really?
Yes.
They got Mountain Dew too.
I did
Yeah,
see that.
I want to try the Baja Blast one. That's it though.
I don't like pop. I can't drink energy drinks. I don't really care.
He's a fake condition called AFib.
It's not fake.
It's like on your head.
I
Like
don't
we're
think-
talking about mental health.
I don't think that's
internal.
AFib is in your head.
Yeah. Oh, it's in your body. Like,
Pretty
all
sure it's in my
internal.
heart. Maybe my.
I think you're deciding to make it affect your life.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm trying to
you
avoid a
have
heart attack.
AFib?
Yeah, I have AFib.
No, you do
I
not.
swear to God.
That's
I've been at
sweet.
200 beats a minute before.
200.
Really?
I swear. Heart attack numbers are like 240s or 260s. I can't remember.
Fuck.
Yeah, it sucks. It takes the wind out of you.
Do
So-
they have to shock your heart back into rhythm? or
No,
what?
I have like a breathing technique. It usually puts me back in.
That's
Can
so
you-
wild.
Hold on. Can you do it?
Yes. For the one time.
Yeah, go into AFib
I'm not
right
in
now.
AFib.
Go
No,
in AFib right now.
breathing technique.
Do the breathing technique.
It's really- okay,
You can
I-
help a lot of people. Shh.
It's really not that deep, but
That breath sounds deep.
it's this
Wow.
weird thing. So so basically you breathe in and you wait until your heart slows down, and then you can literally like feel it go into your throat, and it just goes,
Interesting.
and then it like goes back to normal. And you can breathe out.
Have you ever tried like meditating through like breathing?
Yeah, I like doing stuff like
Really?
that. I
That's
haven't
real?
like done it for like long segments or anything, but like if I'm like stressed or something before a test, I'll just close my eyes, touch my fingers together, take some deep breaths.
That's real though.
Yeah, it calms
Like
you down.
meditative breathing.
Yeah, it
Am I
calms-
retarded?
Calms you down, bro.
I don't. Oh,
I'm
okay.
big on that stuff.
Huh?
Like I believe in like the chakras and all that stuff.
What's the chakras?
They have 7 chakras. I don't know the names of them, but like they have like different.
You sound real into him.
It sounds like you're not too into this.
I know.
shit.
I like it.
He likes the idea of people thinking that he's into him.
Damn it. Damn it.
Are you a big zodiac sign guy?
I think it's interesting, but I don't believe in them.
Fugazi.
Listen.
Fun to
okay,
talk about, not real. Though.
I'm not gonna lie. I do believe in them, but then I don't. But I feel like it's also what you make of it too. You know what I mean?
You
like,
can convince yourself that
yep.
you're like your
And
zodiac
it's
sign.
really easy.
Well, if you look at the zodiac things, they're all like super
Yeah.
like
You're
not
caring and have a
concrete.
big heart.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Oh,
who's
I
yeah.
don't think I'm caring and have a
Yeah.
big heart. That's definitely not me.
I have some empathy, so yeah, I agree with that.
You care about people more, and you put people before yourself sometimes. Everyone's narcissistic ass thinks they do that.
All right, what do you think about psychics? I feel like that's the same thing. Like they could
It's
read,
fake.
they could read your palm and be like, here. You have parents, and your parents love you.
I got a real bad. No, I don't like psychics because here's a little story. When me and my ex-girlfriend broke up, for a short period of time. I found out afterwards that she went to a psychic. She spent $500 on the psychic.
Christ almighty.
Yeah.
Holy
So we're
fuck.
we're not starting.
Sounds like a Gemini.
I don't,
What a Leo, bro.
Sorry,
That's
continue.
fine.
I'm sorry.
Continue.
long story short, the psychic told her that I was seeing other girls during the time of our break. So based off that, she went and made irrational decisions off of something that was false.
Okay, so
And
here's
she told me
here's
this.
the next question. Did you?
No, not even close. No.
Huh.
And
Damn.
it blew my mind because she said it with her chest, like she was about to catch me. Like, I know you were out with other girls.
She did the head
My
thing.
$500 psychic told
At
me.
first, because it was just like the amount of stupidity that was said in one sentence. Like, I was angry and like I wanted to laugh at the same time. But I just was like, are you serious? You spent $500 on a psychic. And she felt, I
crazy,
could
bro.
tell she felt a little silly because at that time, she probably thought everything the psychic said was 100% true.
Yeah.
And then when I was like, hey, that's not true.
Yeah.
They're probably like, well, what else wasn't true? Like,
I don't know, man. I feel like it's such a big scam. It is such a
and
big
she was
scam.
like, well, my psychic knew everything about you, that you owned a motorcycle and that you had long hair. And I was like, both things that you just named are right on my social media page.
Yeah.
Anyone could find that.
Yeah.
A good psychic would just go do their research online and be like, you have a parent named Jess. And I'll be like,
You've been through something.
Yeah. Yeah.
It hurt.
That's not even being a good psychic. That's just being a person who's
Did your
curious.
great-great-grandmother die? I knew it.
you went through something.
You have a dog named Milo.
Well, that would be kind of cool.
You
could
could just
look
go
up
on
their-
somebody's Facebook.
Or look up their.
Are they checking that? How do they know?
Oh,
You're right.
It's
Shut
public
up, fuck you.
information. It's public information.
Well, I was gonna say, how would they know who to look up? But they would just look you up because your
Yeah.
name's on the
Hayden,
thing.
watch this. Watch this. Austin's gonna do a quick psych reading on you. Watch how accurate this is.
Give me your palms.
Yeah. Let me just.
One. Okay.
Feels good.
I'm getting the sense that you've been through something.
What's your toy?
Whoa.
Whoa.
It hurt you.
It's not an orgasm.
Your great grandmother passed before you were born.
Not true.
You know your great great grandmother.
You said great.
Did I?
Great.
You said great.
Fuck that one up.
Dumbass.
I literally messed up. My fault, guys.
I got,
Go ahead. Yeah.
I was in the bathroom and I actually came up with a serious topic and I
Shut
felt
up.
an interesting talking point.
Don't want to talk about
No,
it.
come on. I want to be serious for
I'm
a
just
little
being a
bit.
dick.
I know.
I'm just being.
I know.
I'm being rude, aren't
I
I?
know.
I'm a bad. I should just leave.
So
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
so me growing up, right,
Okay.
with my parents, it was always like, hush, hush. You should not talk about you should not talk about money. Not even like shouldn't talk about the concept of money, but you shouldn't like tell
much-
people how much you
money
make,
was-
stuff
yeah.
like that. Like that was very off limits, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
I don't like people who gloat. Me personally.
agree.
If you talk about how much money you make in front of somebody and like the conversation just wasn't going that way.
You
Yeah.
probably don't make that much
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we produced for a guy and he was faking about his money.
Sucks at basketball too.
But Paula doesn't have to comment, but smelled cap.
I don't know, bro. Yeah, I don't think it's right.
Are you excited next week when we're sitting in the lobby to watch Austin just get fucking rocked?
Yeah.
Just absolutely decked.
Yeah.
You
I
did
didn't
that
say who it was.
to yourself.
I'm not making any cuts, so don't say it.
I'm not gonna say who it is.
So here we are.
Here we are.
We have to add some juice.
So hey,
Sorry.
Cut his mic for 5 minutes. He's in timeout.
You kidding me right now?
What is he on? What number is he?
3. Why'd I tell you? I don't know.
Okay.
I can't.
So can you
Okay.
guys hear me?
I can't. No, we
That's
can still
okay.
hear. Talking to it? Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right.
I'll just be quiet.
Yeah,
I'll
just be
pretend that we
quiet.
turned it
Here
off.
we are
Go ahead, Spencer.
in Williams, our podcast studio.
Nah.
We're in the podcast studio. We are in the
podcast studio.
3-story podcast
It's
studio.
true, yeah.
It's nighttime and it's raining outside.
It's so peaceful.
This is a very peaceful environment.
Yes.
Let me ask you, Mr. Luke Papala,
Oh boy.
where do you find peace the most?
In terms of like, what do you mean by peace the most?
Where do you find the most peace?
Family.
Like you're stressed, you got exams coming up or something bad happened. You're like, I have to retreat to that one place where everything's calm and nothing can hurt me.
Yes. Also, a second thing would be having confidence, you know? Confidence through going through certain situations. I mean, the worst thing that's happened to you is the worst thing that's happened to you, but being able to know that you've overcame things in the past before means that you could do it again. So I feel like if you retreat back to that, if you have, I mean, everybody's went through bad things. It's life, you know what I mean? If you haven't, you will. And knowing that you could get yourself out of those holes is big too. So that's another thing. But family would probably be the first thing. Relationships with family and being able to talk to those people.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I would ask you guys, but I don't care that much.
I'll
'Cause I
answer
wanna-
anyways.
Listen to this.
Okay.
Listen to this. So, I got banned from.
No, he was
can
about to
hear
say
you.
something insightful.
He's going to still.
You're not on timeout. You're okay now.
Okay, thank you.
I got banned from Tinder, and Lord knows why. But I'm on Hinge, and I don't know if all the other dating sites are different. But when I'm swiping through girls, all of them say bisexual. The last couple girls that I've talked to were open about their bisexuality. Is that right? Say that right?
Yeah.
Nice dialect.
And I'm like, wow, a lot of women are bisexual very openly. And it's kind of praised. I rock with it. I think it's dope. Guys being bisexual?
Frowned upon.
No. Ooh, how come? Why is that? How come?
I think it's, first of all, I think it's like what your preferences are, you know? I feel like, no, listen. I feel like girls, like guys still have shame in society, right? A guy fucks up, he's a piece of shit. A guy fucks up, like the internet is like dunking on him, like on Twitter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But girls, we've, for some reason as a society, we've taken away that ability to like shit on any girl, whether or not she's right or wrong, that's besides the point. But you know, shit on a girl because of maybe somebody disagrees. You know, guys, nobody has a problem shitting on guys. Guys don't have a problem shitting on guys. Girls don't have a problem shitting on guys. You know, oh, yeah, men are trash. He's a piece of shit, whatever. But I feel like you're not allowed to attack girls. And I'm not advocating for an attack on girls, but like even like when there's, you know, you see those videos on Twitter of like horrible mothers, like they have their kids locked in cars and like they're ODing on heroin in the front seat, like stuff like that.
Oh, they get shit on. I think women get shit on equally to men. I'm just saying. Here's what I think it is. I think men, compared to women, tend to be very gross and unkept. Women
Facts.
clean themselves, are generally more clean than men. They keep up with their hygiene more than men. And they tend to be more reserved. You know, they don't show ugly sides as
Yeah.
much as men do
Definitely.
because
Yeah.
they're more bold.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd probably, if you swung both ways, you would get more icks towards guys than you would women, because women aren't as, unless they've had a few drinks, they aren't very vocal about things.
Some of them are, but
Sometimes.
There's
Those-
always outliers. We're speaking in
there's
general.
but those
general.
are those are outliers. Yeah.
Yes. So I think women, like, if I was a woman I get that. I think you could look at another woman and be like, wow, she's very pretty. Like a butterfly almost. And you look over at this guy, he's got his finger halfway up his nose, neck beard, his hair popping out of his shirt. It's like, oh.
Okay, well, that also goes back to what we talked about however many minutes ago when we were talking about, like, girls on social media versus guys. Like, girls are expected to look, you know, like Kim Kardashian all the time on social media, when in reality, like, that's not realistic. So because maybe girls feel this pressure by society to look a certain way, they always keep up with themselves, always take care of themselves in the public eye, whereas like men, that's not really expected. I don't feel that pressure anyway. I mean, I want to maintain myself and look nice because I want to do that, but I don't feel like anybody's telling me to do that, if that makes sense. And also, I think it might just be like the type of girl that's on a dating app. You know what I mean? It might speak for the broader population of girls. It might not. I'm not sure. But
are we strictly talking about dating apps?
Well, no, he was just talking about being
just
on
what
Hinge.
I've seen. Yeah, I don't know.
He just made an observation. That's all.
Okay, I didn't know if we were speaking like strictly dating apps or if we're talking in person, because I feel like the same rules apply in person.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, we got a general consensus.
That's kind of
here.
where I thought we turned to.
Okay, so
but I wasn't sure. That's why I asked.
okay. I have another question. How do you define bisexuality?
You like both genders?
Yeah.
Ooh, you said both genders. Ooh, he didn't
He didn't
recognize
get
the
it.
He didn't get it.
8,672.
There's
My fault.
there's actually two sexes, but there's as many genders as you can have.
Shame on you.
You didn't know that?
I feel like an elephant today.
I'm,
What? You're
I'm
the
respectfully choosing to decline to speak any further on this.
Yeah.
That's
All
fair.
right. Yeah.
See, I could have talked myself out of that. Can't.
I think that's the best thing to do is shut up.
No way. I mean, maybe in that scenario, but not in life, not in general.
No, I'm talking about in this scenario.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, that is really interesting. I'm not on dating apps. The only apps I use like for dating like that were like Instagram and Snapchat, but
Yeah.
that was a while
this-
ago.
Not in the same light, but like, whatever. I'm switching the topic. It's
okay.
just a different topic.
You're going to get 2 episodes out of this one.
I was
bro.
talking.
This is one.
I was talking to someone about. They said that women hold all the power when it comes to more towards post relationship, where like a woman can go get with whoever she wants, and I agreed with this for a while, and I realized I was only paying attention to one particular group of women, and the story here, you're going to sit there and say, yeah, women hold all the power when you're looking at girls that are A, in college, B, going out a lot, and C, very pretty girls. And that was the whole demographic for me. There are a lot, yes.
Damn it. I wanted
They're
that.
teasing
I wanted
us.
that so
Yeah,
bad.
would've been nice.
We're having that conversation.
Would have been
now.
nice. There's a very large population of women who struggle to find people to date, who can't just go find a guy. And I feel like we pay attention, and I hate to admit this, but here's what it was for me. I say, oh, women have all the power. They can go do whatever they want after a relationship. I was just upset because it was a pretty girl who I couldn't have, who was pretty enough to go do whatever she wants. And then you fixate on that. And you sit there and you're like, well, this isn't fair. But that's not the case at all. It's a subpopulation of women that, yeah, it exists, but there's just this whole umbrella. I would say, and I want your opinion on this, that men have more power after a relationship to go do what they want. And yeah.
Like hook up with girls or whatever. Is that what you're
Yeah,
referring to? I mean, if it's after a relationship, I wouldn't necessarily say that there's like a power structure, you know? In terms of, are you talking about like societal shame, societal pressure?
Partly, yeah.
I mean, historically, there has been a stigma against girls in particular for being quote unquote sluts. When like guys, there's no really particular stigma. I mean, maybe
Is
just
that kind
now.
of what you mean?
Is,
Sven?
yeah, is that what you're talking about?
Sort of, yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't say it's a power structure. I would say though that still there's not as much shame on guys if they fuck around.
Definitely not.
Guys are they're starting to be held accountable, but not to the point of like where women are expected to like not fuck around after a relationship.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Spence, but I feel like more what you're saying is not the who gets more shame for it. It's more what you're saying. Like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. Who has less trouble doing it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
they say women, if you fresh out of a breakup, a guy's going to have a much harder time going and finding a girl than the girl is going to just find another guy.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like
that
yeah.
I believe to be true for
That's
the
what I
most
thought.
part.
But-
However, I believe it's completely 1,000% situational.
Yeah,
I don't believe there's like it's this way or it's that way. I think it is totally couple to couple.
It's not like one size fits all. I agree.
Yeah.
Because I know of somebody who is in an off and on relationship, and this couple broke up multiple times. But this girl, I know for a fact, she fucked one person at least in between, and it wasn't a long period of time either. So I don't know. I feel like it is situational, but it's interesting that you talk about that. Like, do you think that like there's pressure for a girl to like jump back into something after she's been in a relationship for so long?
I would say there's pressure.
I would say just the opposite.
yeah.
I think there's pressure to stay single.
What do
Because
you
I think they fold. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you
No,
off.
go ahead,
I
go
think most people, and I don't think it's women, I think it's men too.
Yeah, of course.
They're so used to being attached to somebody that they just cling on to the next thing they can find. So I think it's harder to stay single. So I think there's probably more of a pressure on that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about loyalty in relationships now? It's like in the past, loyalty was like just expected. It wasn't even something that like you look for in a partner or a girl or a guy, whatever. But like now, loyalty is like a little bit less, it's like a little less common than it was.
I personally would assume loyalty no matter what.
I would hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Off the rip. And even if they're like slipping out, it's easy to fall into a trap of like, I know it's common for people to say, oh, I don't want my girl going out without me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's crazy because before she met you, she could go out and do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Let her go out
You're
and
not
do whatever
supposed
she
to,
wants.
You're not supposed
Now,
to lose stuff when you get in a
if
relationship.
she
You're supposed to
slips up,
gain.
if she happens to slip up, you deal with it then, and
Yeah.
things will probably end. And that's what people are fearful of.
Yeah.
That's why they're like, well, I don't want it to end. So, no, you can't go out without me. It's
Yeah.
like when you get into a relationship, you have to at least accept the idea that there's a possibility it will end.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Here's what I will say though. Once you get engaged, don't you think like the rules change a little bit in terms of that?
I feel like there's a bit more commitment, and you
Yeah.
have to have more respect for
Other people's
boundaries.
feelings. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
honestly feel like it's just a bigger responsibility as well.
Yeah. But like,
Once
what do
you're
you,
married.
what do you think like in this situation, like I don't want you to go out with me like if you're like engaged? Like, do you think that's a valid feeling or opinion?
I'm sorry. What?
No, we'll edit that out.
Let's take a pause. We'll cut it.
Do you want me to just close the door?
I got you.
Yeah, close the door. We're gonna be hot regardless here.
Starting to get a little cooler.
Yeah.
I think we're just relaxed. It's this environment.
This could go for 3 hours if we wanted to. All right, I'll ask it again. So, do you think like that that feeling that you said, like being not insecure, but not wanting your girl to go out like with her friends and stuff without you? Do you think that's like a valid feeling if you're engaged?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know me personally how to answer because I've never really felt that way.
Yeah.
I kind of I have a very like. I don't sweat things I can't control.
Mm-hmm.
I like. Here's the thing: if I tell you you're not gonna go, like you can't go out with me, out me, all you're gonna do is resent me
Yeah.
and lie about it,
Right.
and go out without me
Right.
knowing about it. That's even worse in my eye.
Yeah.
So like, go out, have fun,
Yeah.
If you want to cheat on me, cheat on me.
If they're gonna-
we're gonna be done, but
Right.
I'm not gonna hold you back from doing anything you want. It's not my place to hold you back from doing what you want in life.
Yeah, I feel like it's also like a mindset between the two partners. Like, you probably should have came to an agreement, like, that you would more or less feel the same way about these things, like, before you get engaged, you know? I feel like it's like the responsibility of the people in the relationship. But yeah, you can't be like telling your girl or your boyfriend, whatever, like, oh no, you can't do this without me. And then also, you can manifest cheating. Like, sure, there are times when it's not the other person's fault, but I would argue more often than not that it's usually the other person's fault if they get cheated on. A lot of times it's like manifested.
Because you put it in the air.
Yeah.
Get the idea to do it.
Yeah. You talk about it more and more. You think, oh, well, okay, well, he doesn't trust me. Or
Just
she
like-
doesn't trust me.
At the end of a relationship, when you're fighting, you're like, well, why don't we just break up? The more and more you say that, the more and more likely it is going to be you're actually breaking up.
And also, I don't like when people in relationships like threaten breaking up
Oh, it's terrible.
over when they fight. You know, like,
I agree.
okay, I'm in a relationship, right? And in past relationships, I would have like said, and these were like relationships when like I was a teenager, like high school, and like I would threaten like breaking up, and like that was toxic. I fully admit that. But like I never thought about the implications of like doing that down the line, you know? Like threatening if you're going to break up like at 6 months or whatever, you get in a fight. But you keep on doing it more and more cuz you've just been doing it now, you didn't see anything wrong with it. So you just like manifest these problems happening. You know, I ended up the girl and I ended up breaking up, so there was that. But yeah, it was toxic. So I don't know. Relationships are kind of hard now, I'm not going to lie. In terms of like all the extra shit.
It's too much.
Like when I see people on like social media, like Twitter, Instagram, like, oh, you know, why can't dating just be like the 1950s? Well, it's not the 1950s.
Yeah.
There's other shit, you know, but respect and kindness and compassion for one another, those things aren't just, it's not outdated. You know?
I think the problem I face and probably a lot of other people is you always think there's better out there because of, well, that maybe that's one of what we're talking about at the very beginning. One of social media's toxic traits. You always think there's something better out there for you.
I mean, and you
don't want to settle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like imagine the 50s though. Like imagine before social media, all this shit. You're in Northeast Ohio, right? You don't know there's a girl such thing as like Summer Rae. You know, you have no idea.
Or listen, I will say that that you had people like Marilyn Monroe back in the 60s, but you didn't know how many girls looked like that, I guess, would you say?
Yeah, well, see, nowadays there's an OnlyFans girl every other post.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I saw something, voice crack there. I saw something on Twitter about that, and I don't think it's wrong to not want to date a girl because she has an OnlyFans. That's you. That's what you're comfortable with. I do, however, think it's wrong for the guy if the guy says, okay, well, she has an OnlyFans, but I'm going to continue to go out with her, and then down the line, he gets insecure. Like, if she's being honest and upfront with you, and that goes for really anything. If a girl's being honest and upfront with you from the jump, you know, and maybe she doesn't have an OnlyFans anymore, but like it's not her fault that you keep getting mad, or like she was honest and upfront with you about everything in her past. You know what I mean? So there's that. But you said before like girl having an OnlyFans. I saw something on Twitter where like now it's a trend since like a lot of girls that have OnlyFans aren't attractive to guys in terms of relationships, that they've claimed to be like born again Christians.
I saw that.
Yeah. What do you think about that? You don't have to comment. We can just skip. I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody.
No.
This is where we've entered into like the serious part of the podcast now.
Right. I don't really know anything about that. Like I saw the one post about the born again Christian.
Me too.
I don't know how I feel about it or whatever. But me personally, I wouldn't. Like if they're honest from the jump, right?
Yeah.
I would just respectfully say, yeah, that's not my thing, right?
Yeah.
And people do say, oh, you're insecure, if whatever. Sure, I'm insecure then.
But that's you. That's
me.
What you're comfortable
that's me.
with.
I don't want my wife one day to strangers know, you know, like. Sorry.
Bruh.
So yeah, that's what I got to say.
You have a call.
Phone's off during the podcast.
No, you can answer that. You can answer Dad, dude. Answer it. Yeah.
Wait, do the phone call on the podcast.
Ooh, see
No,
now that's
no,
a.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do. No, don't ever decline a phone call from your dad. Trust me, you don't want that.
I checked out like 10 minutes ago. I don't know what you guys were talking about.
It's all right. I'll segment to something else. Family is very important. Going off that, you know.
Yes, you know what else is important? Our good friend Austin here wants to make a very silly and irrational decision. Partly.
Wait, what?
Hold on, I'm going
did
to
I do?
expose you.
Let him-
and
oh,
you
boy.
have no choice because
What
I
did I
have the
do?
mic. I'm going to expose
What
you.
did I do that was irrational and silly?
Summertime's coming up, and summer activities can be fun. Now, when you're in college, your summer activities are on a budget, right?
I mean, yeah.
Now, if a large group of people, a large sum of people get together and they're like, you know, I want a boat for the summer. I want to have a boat.
Dumbass.
I feel like
Dumbass.
it's
I know what you're
doable if
talking
that's
about.
where you want to allocate your money.
Everyone knows what he's talking about.
I think can be an investment if
Bad
you don't
investment.
if you don't sink if you don't sink the boat at the end of the summer. Austin is set on purchasing a boat,
Shitty boat.
Very shitty boat.
Shitty boat. I don't want a good boat.
Probably at least $1,000.
and then at the end of the summer, so that we can't use it the next summer or
Yeah.
the summer after
It'd be
that,
broken by then, bro.
he wants to sink it. He wants
Okay.
to sink the boat
On
to
purpose.
the
Here's
bottom
the
of a
thing.
lake where
Not-
it will never be found again, and
don't
no
get
one else
that.
can
Here's
enjoy
the
it.
thing.
And so he was expecting.
Bro, you agreed to it at first. I don't want to hear nothing.
Till I heard you were gonna sink the boat.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
trying
he
to
was
sell.
off it
He was
when he
trying
said
to
that.
sell like 10 of us on this idea. Oh yeah, it's gonna be like 3K. We're gonna get a boat for the summer. We're gonna have so many fun nights.
rocking with
And then at the end of the summer, we're gonna sink it.
Bombshell.
Dude,
Yeah.
his pitch. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody was loving your pitch
I'm a good salesman.
until the
I'm a
end.
good
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let Austin try to explain.
I have
why.
an answer.
All right, go for
you
it.
have the talking stick.
I have an answer. The reason that I want to buy a boat, first off, let's get it out in the air. I want a cheap boat. I want something nice and cheap. I want a summer rental, essentially, something that will literally only last 5 months before it's a turd. From there, have some fun, do your thing, have some, some boat days, go swimming in the lake, have some drinks, whatever. End of the summer, I value experiences more than money. Is that fair?
Makes sense.
I value experiences more than money.
This is gonna come back to bite you, but keep going.
Keep
Okay.
going.
I value experiences more than money. So I think one of the coolest experiences in the world that most people probably can't say they did, sinking a boat.
It's going to be the sweetest 10 seconds.
It will
ever.
be the coolest. You're going to get to tell your kids, oh my goodness, when I was in college, me and my friends sunk a boat.
Your
And
kids,
your kids are
in
gonna
your
look at
trailer
you.
park.
Your kids
As you're
are-
explaining that to them.
Your
Why am I in a
no
trailer
money.
park?
Because you have no money.
Because I spent $2,000 on a sunken boat? I'll live.
You said 3,
But
You
it'll just start a
definitely said
habit.
3.
It'll start a habit
Well,
of sinking
between
things.
the 10 of us, what's $3,000 divided by 10? Hey,
$300.
$300.
$300. Oh, I'm going to be in a trailer park because I spent
Business major.
$300.
But it's just the principle.
You know what your kids are gonna say? Your kids are gonna say, "Dad, you're a dumbass."
Wish we could have enjoyed
Wish
that
we
boat.
could have enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have worked. I'm telling you, it's a $2,000 boat. That thing isn't making it to the time I have children.
You know what boats do? They float and they move around.
That's right.
They don't move
car?
around if they're broken.
The motor.
The
The
motor.
motor. The
What
boat
do you want
itself.
to do? Float on a lake?
It's still a
That's
boat. You
what-
could just get a
yeah.
new motor.
yeah.
That's
You know
a lot
that.
of money.
If you
I'd rather
value
just buy a new boat.
experience over money,
Buy a nice
experiences.
boat, sure.
No, not buy a nice
Let
boat.
him
Just-
finish. Let him finish.
Why are you on my ass, bro?
Because it's a
You get to
dumbass idea.
experience this boat one summer and then it's gone,
Buy a nice one the next whenever you have actual money. We don't have money right now.
bro. So
Why are we
that's
buying a boat?
more reason why
sink it.
not to sink it.
Yeah.
We don't have money, so we're gonna make a large investment and then just destroy it.
Okay, you want to capitalize off of it? Here's what we do. We do a boat sinking showing, $10 admission. You want to come watch a boat sink? Pay $10. You can come watch it.
trying to-
Who's gonna do that?
I will bring, bro. I'm a marketing guy. That's what I do. I'll get people there.
Who's gonna? You're,
Cops
why,
will be there,
Why?
too.
Why?
Don't give a fuck.
Why you? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Till you get
Can
arrested.
Can you bleep that out? I don't
No.
want to say. I don't want to say F word.
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro.
You flipped off the camera before.
No, my hand was out of the screen.
Are you for real?
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, he's,
Because
Shut up, Hayden.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He's dead serious.
what's wrong with people that get arrested?
Pip, we all know, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
And you didn't even get a mug shot out
I
of it.
didn't
That's
get a
the
mug
worst
shot.
part.
No, I'm actually happy about that.
No,
I
mug
can't
shots are
believe
so
to this
cool.
day that you were streaking down the side of the street, flipping off policemen and peeing on cop cars, and you didn't even get a mugshot.
Yeah, I know. It was on campus.
Would you get a neck tattoo?
No.
Do you like people with neck tattoos? Do you think they can be cool? The coolest thing in the entire world?
I mean, I haven't really had a relationship or conversation with anybody with a neck. Actually, full disclosure, I lied. When I had to do community service for when I did get arrested, I met a girl with a neck tattoo, and
Was she cool?
no, she had green hair and she looked like she just did crack. She bought everybody Dunkin' Donuts and nobody touched the donuts. Yeah.
I'm this close to scheduling. No,
Okay, but you don't have green hair,
I know,
and you have
because
done crack.
I know
But I'm a bad guy for wanting to buy a boat.
I'm a bad guy for wanting
No, the
tattoos
green
all
hair
over my
girl
body.
with
This has nothing to do with anybody else's financial contributions.
Yeah.
First of all, he's doing that for him.
For me,
You didn't have to agree to it.
For
It was
me.
it was an idea.
But you were requiring everybody to put down $300.
Well, no shit. I'm not paying for it all by myself if we're all using it.
But this is your idea, and then we're gonna sink the boat, right?
If you
it's
guys
not
wanted
rational.
to, full disclosure. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt what you're saying.
no, you're okay.
I also have said countless times we don't have to sink the boat. I just think it'd be cool. I was never like end all be all on sinking the boat. I said it, and you guys all just
I remember
hated
a
it.
different story.
Yeah, me
He was
too. I do as
very
well.
passionate.
That's
He was
We're
very.
right
That's
down
such
Yeah,
cap. You guys
right
are
there,
all lying
right
for,
there.
for the podcast right now.
I
bro.
can't lie.
No.
I think it's a mindset thing. Can we dive deeper into that? But real quick, before we do that, what was the tattoo even gonna be?
I don't know yet, but it's gonna be the entire neck,
Ballsy,
like the whole thing.
ballsy.
It is very ballsy, and I'm going into business, so I just don't think that'll fare well. Like, I still have the same abilities and knowledge and personality as I like if I didn't have tattoos all over my neck.
Your neck would have a personality.
Like, do you
too.
think if for this podcast, for example, I would have said anything different if I didn't have tattoos on my body right now? No, it
No.
would be the same discussion.
Same person.
Right. Now, there are some people who are a little gone off and they get tattoos. They happen to get tattoos.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sweating like a Icelandic stripper in a sunstorm right now. I'm not going to lie. And it's still hot.
That was a
in here.
fire metaphor.
That was a fire metaphor. Well, that was a cold metaphor, actually.
That was fire.
No, he's sweating.
No, okay, yeah. Fuck.
Fire.
Well, what would you like to wrap it up?
Like the whole thing.
Yeah,
Just my tattoo talk.
No. The whole thing. Like, I think we could keep going. I don't want to make it like generic. Oh boy.
Am I
get one
wrapping
more?
it up?
No.
If we're gonna wrap it up, can we do one more ASMR?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Do we want to wrap it up yet?
How long have we been going?
Hour 45.
We might as well go to 2.
That's
Yeah,
a good.
We'll go to 2.
Okay.
Might as
Right?
well just go to 2.
Yeah, we'll go to
It
2.
looks better.
I might have
agree.
to take a second then.
You take a second. Yeah.
Okay, you take your time. Okay.
Alright.
Do what you need to do. We're gonna do that. Do what you need
It's so weird without headphones.
I know, it sounds so like not
That's
good.
why we have our headphones on.
Hayden, whisper into the mic with us. Please whisper into the mic with us. We're all going to whisper at the same time. And it's going to be very inaudible.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to have to move in. Shit, I hit the battery. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
That was a lot of movement. Wow. My goodness gracious.
Wow.
Okay.
Is it still videoing? Yeah. Alright,
Yeah,
perfect.
It's still been there.
Alrighty.
Don't worry.
Hold on. Wait till he walks out.
Okay, we'll talk normal.
Wait till the door shuts. No. We won't. Alright, shh. Do you guys ever question your sexuality?
No.
Me either.
Why'd you bring it up, bro?
Yeah.
I'm straight. Quit pressing me.
Dude, I don't want to kiss you right now.
For the people that aren't watching in video, they're just listening in their car. Hayden, quit trying to grab my dick, dude. Holy shit. Actually, Hayden,
Yes.
you keep doing it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. That's enough. Stop right now. Stop.
Tell me to put it away.
Hey, we'll let We'll let Austin leave. Then I'll ask this question.
No, come back.
Austin, come back.
I'm done being weird. Okay, we're gone.
If Austin was gay, would he be your top or a bottom?
He's short.
I know, so you'd have to be bottom.
Well, no, I think he'd have to be top.
What do you mean?
Have you ever seen that Family Guy meme of the little midget just fucking?
No.
It's like a little tiny thing in a bed. It's like, maybe it's not Family Guy. It's not a meme. It's a part of an episode, but it's like it humps. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It moves all the way around.
No, I haven't seen that.
No, it was in an episode. I forget which one.
Yeah.
I don't know the names off top of my head.
Yeah.
I just think like what a studio, dude.
Dude, this has been a great experience.
I agree. I agree. We took your podcast virginity.
You did take my podcast.
This is the first time.
Yes.
What was it like? Because this is the first one where like everybody had the headphones and shit.
Yeah. No, this feels so official. I honestly was super nervous about it. I thought I'd go mute.
Yeah.
And wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
But I kind of forgot the camera was there, to be honest.
I love the vibes. Exactly.
Yeah.
You warm up in like 5 to 10 minutes. It's
Right.
not bad. They've been on them before. They produced them before, so they have many. Dude, get in. Come on. We got
Austin, what are you doing?
like 11 minutes left. Come on, get over here. All right, whatever. Be an audience member. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's make my.
You should do audiences more.
I know.
I'd come.
Really? All
Yeah.
right. No boy. Oh boy, a live audience.
Live audience would be sweet.
Episode 50 is coming up soon.
Cool.
I want a female guest on there, but I do not want an OnlyFans model. I do not want it.
But that'd be interesting.
I can't
her
read.
perspective?
I can't. No. Not OnlyFans. No.
I can read that out, Spencer.
Do it again.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
50? I would be
No.
there. I'd sit and watch.
No.
It'd be really funny.
No.
And cool. And
No.
awesome. Why?
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
Are you too nervous?
No, I'm not.
It's because you love her.
Bro, I have a girlfriend, bro.
Oh.
No. Absolutely not.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it would have been cool too until she gave me an ultimatum. Oh yeah, you do this, I'll come do your podcast in like a joking way, kind of like talking down to me. No.
It's not
No.
about that. It's not
No.
about that. It's about the viewers. It's about what they want to see.
I'm not going to sacrifice that. No.
Dude, you got to put your ego down. You
No.
got to put it down.
No.
You got to stomp on it.
Ego's enemy.
No.
Ego's the enemy.
No.
Ego's the enemy.
I would like to politely disagree with you. I do not think that ego is an enemy.
Okay.
No.
Whatever.
No.
So you're against having a female?
No.
Yes.
Just her.
Okay.
Also, if anyone's still watching at this time,
Nobody's watching.
I'm
No way.
Well, I'm selling both my social media accounts. DM me for offers.
You have to say how many followers are on each.
They can figure that out for themselves. If they're really interested, they'll go look. I think I'm at the end of my road. Real talk. I was going to bring this up at the beginning.
Say it now.
I think I'm done with social media.
All right, dude, get on. Come on. Talk. Get in. All right, fuck you. Fine. Continue, Spencer.
I think I'm done with social media.
Really?
Yeah, I hit 2 milestones that I wanted to hit, and I don't really enjoy it anymore.
Really?
To be honest, yeah, I really don't.
Well, you talked to me about this a couple days ago. I wanted to touch on it. I'm sorry that I didn't bring it up.
That's okay.
But like, what makes you feel like that? But like, is it just the fact that you hit these 2 milestones?
Yeah, it's all I really wanted to do. I proved something to myself. I had my fun, and I think more bad is happening from it than good at this point, you know, based off like what people say and how people receive it. And I don't find enjoyment out of it anymore. You know, I think I made a decent dent. I'm proud of what I did, but I just don't see it. I'm about to graduate from college. I see that being my path. I never monetized my stuff, so I never made money. And even if I did, like, I don't know, I would have been able to buy some food.
Yeah.
You know, nothing crazy.
Yeah, the payment's not
Yeah.
good.
So I think I really think I'm ready to move on. I think it'll suck to let go of it, but it would be a complete deletion of my accounts, or I'd sell them.
Would you still have like a small like Instagram account per se?
Maybe. I don't know, but I just don't want to do it anymore. You know that, like, you ever watch Avengers Infinity War, or was that Endgame? Where he got to snap his fingers and everyone died.
That was Infinity War, yeah.
Infinity War, after he killed everyone,
Mm-hmm.
and he went and he sat and watched the horizon.
Yeah.
Felt like that was me when I hit 100K and then 10K. It's like, I did that.
Yeah.
I did that. And I remember back in like 2016 when I started posting stuff, I was like, dude, 1,000 would be so cool.
Yeah.
And then I got to like 1,000, I'd be like, 5,000 would be so cool. 100K was never on my horizon. I never thought that number.
Really?
10K was for TikTok, is what I was like, that would be so cool.
Huh.
And I flew past that. And now at 100K, that's my 10K.
Mm-hmm.
10K on Instagram, that's cool.
Yeah,
It's cool.
for sure.
But I hit it, and I was like, well, now I got to maintain these numbers. I don't want it to dip back down. And I'm like, why? Why?
Yeah.
Let it go. Just let it go at this point.
You did it for fun.
Yeah.
You know, why make
All
it
the time
work?
it was for fun.
Yeah.
And I met some really cool people through it, but I think it's, I'm ready to hang it up. I think
That's
I'm ready to
interesting.
hang it up.
So in terms of like content creation, will you just stay like with 01 like in that space?
Yeah, probably.
Hmm.
Nothing public.
Yeah, at least you're getting paid for all that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's interesting though. When did you feel this way?
Like as soon as I hit 10K, I started feeling it. And then once I got the 100K and I was looking at both numbers, I was like, now what? I don't want to go through that for 200
Yeah.
and then 20K.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, one, everybody's already there. And I know comparison's bad, but it's like, I can't help it. So
It's
even
human
when
nature.
I got to 10K, I didn't appreciate it as much as I wanted to, because I was like, I know people with 20K.
Yeah.
I know people with 50K.
You like self-sabotaged in a way.
Yeah, a little bit. But I was still able to enjoy it, and I reflect on it a lot. Like, I remember when I got my crappy Nikon camera back in 2016, and I started filming, and how much fun it was, and how passionate I was. And I look at it now, and it's like, I dread picking up the camera.
Really?
I dread posting a video, because it's like, what are people going to think? How's it going to do? What are the numbers going to look like? Because when I posted at the beginning, there was no numbers.
Of course.
1 view is cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't care about the views. And now it's like every post, that's all it's about.
Yeah.
Am I going to lose followers from posting this? And like, I hate it. I hate it. And I didn't gain anything from having social media.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was nothing to keep me doing it. Like, I'm not getting paid for it. I'm not getting crazy opportunities for having these platforms. So it's just like, I have no incentive to keep going.
I get it. I mean, I don't personally get it. I get the thought of that. You know what I mean? But that's interesting though, and I think definitely sticking with content creation, because you're good at it.
Thanks.
But sticking with it, in terms of like being paid for it, I think that would be the right thing to do. I mean, you're definitely talented.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you know that. You know you are. Sometimes it takes
He's the best.
sometimes it takes other people telling you, about like the good things that you do if you put your blood, sweat, and tears into something, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times you could suffer in silence, when in reality, like, everybody enjoys your shit, but like, for whatever reason, they just don't verbalize it,
Yeah.
I say it all the time. Spencer's the most creative cat I know.
Every time I see something, I try to tell you.
I appreciate it. And
Yeah.
You guys have been there to keep me going a lot of the times with this social media stuff, but this is just like I deleted my or deactivated my accounts a while ago, and I took a break, and I was like, I don't want to do this. And then I had people come back, and they were like, we love what you do. Like, please post again. And I did. And it wasn't a, oh, I don't think people will like it type of deal. It was like, I know I don't like it. Because when I went back, I didn't do it for me. I did it for
Other people. And it's not wise to do those things.
No. And I was just, it's poopy.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
You don't have that same childish joy that you did.
No.
Like for me, if I upload a podcast video and like I'm editing it, like it's truly fun. You know, I mean, it's hard work, especially like making shorts and shit. That shit takes a long time, but like you enjoy the process, you know, not the destination. It's more so the journey. I mean, you prove that by, saying all the obstacles and stuff that you had to go through to get to 100K and 10K and like where it is now. Makes sense. It's pretty insightful. That's a good way to wrap it up. We're at 158. Yeah.
So we salute.
Yeah. Well, fellas, it's been a pleasure having you on.
I like the new setup a lot.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Likewise.
We're more self-sufficient now, which is good. But yeah. Yeah, everybody, whoever's watching or listening, I greatly appreciate you. I hope the camera's still running, but yeah, we're gonna edit this and gonna be up till 4 tonight editing it. Just trying to drag it out to get to 2, but we're not gonna get to 2. So yeah. Goodbye, everybody.